Salam Sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel, also going international by the way. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. Okay, if you are new to our channel, please smash the like button, click subscribe at the bottom right hand corner and turn on the bell notification.
Ding dong.
Oh, gempak. Sound different lah with the mic, dog. Sound much different lah. Okay, so you'll be notified. So you'll be notified when we release a new video or when we go live. Admin.
Yes, and then don't forget, we have our Telegram group, special Telegram group, JomUnited community. Everything about United, about gameplay, about the tactical, about the match preview, match review, player rating, semua ada. Join. Telegram group, description kat bawah tu. Follow. Invite everyone.
Okay, and also, right, we are actually experimenting with, not say experimenting, this is the first time we'll be doing this, okay? So we will have a player ratings, for today's segment, we'll be giving player ratings for the performance of our players so far for this season, okay? So please follow the link in the description below, so you can also rate our players, okay? And then by the end of it, we will actually tabulate the data and we will share the average score for each of the players. Okay, and today we have a very special guest. Oh, before that, let's say hi to all the panels. Hi, Danny.
Hello.
Hi, Doc, and hi, Pijal. Okay,
Hello, everybody.
and then we have a special guest. Okay, a guest all the way from Kelantan. Hey, serious? If just say Rob suddenly speak in bahasa Kelantan, Johan habis, man. Serious. But no, all jokes aside. Okay, Rob is one of our viewers, okay, from Manchester, okay, and he's also a ticket holder, so he's a frequent spectator during our home games at Old Trafford. Okay, Rob, maybe you can say hi to all the viewers and just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rob. Like Don says, I'm from Manchester originally. I live just outside Manchester now, and myself and my two sons, we have season tickets at Old Trafford, have done for many years. I've been going 30 years to Old Trafford, so yeah, wow. It's very interesting to be part of the show. I'm looking forward to it.
So 30 years, so you have pretty much been there like throughout the Sir Alex Ferguson to David Moyes and whatnot throughout all the changes of all the managers.
Yeah.
Maybe right. Okay, we are going to start off right by asking you this question. All right, taking advantage of someone who is at Old Trafford. Right, what's the current situation and atmosphere at Old Trafford?
It's not as bad as what the press are making out, I don't believe. I mean, I've noticed a change, definitely. The last 2 or 3 games haven't gone our way, and Ole's tactical decisions are being questioned, not just by the media, but by the fans. All fans, not just us that go to Old Trafford week in, week out. Everyone can feel it. Everyone can see there's an issue there. And it's a bit subdued, the atmosphere. I mean, we left the other day and leaving the stadium, there was no singing, no chanting where there normally is. Even if we draw sometimes, there's always still singing going on. There was nothing. It was very quiet, people moaning. And that's a telltale. We saw it with Jose, Van der Gaal. When things didn't go right, the crowd do eventually turn.
But at the very moment, would you say that things are toxic right now, or it's still, savable, rescuable so far for Ole?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think we're at the point where people are going to turn their back on him in the stadium. I don't think we're going to hear Ole out chants. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think it'll even come to that, because I think the board aren't stupid. If it gets so bad that they think the crowd will turn, something will change. Whether that's bring in another manager, give him someone else to help coach, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is at this stage, but I don't think we're at the point yet where the fans are going to turn on him and you hear chanting in the stadium.
I mean, he's a legend.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my point, Doc. I don't think we'll ever get to that stage, because he's a legend and he'll always will be, no matter what happens in his managerial career. And we saw it at Cardiff. He went to Cardiff. It was a bit of a disaster for him, but the United fans still loved him. Don't matter where he's at. He could even go and join City, I'd imagine. We'd still love him. It's just...
City, that is too bad.
but that's the kind of legacy he has.
But Rob, do you think it's because of his legacy? Do you think the fans are more pressured into backing Ole compared to if it was another coach?
Of course,
yes.
Of course. He gets more privileges, he gets more time. Of course, that goes in hand with being a legend of the club.
So at what point do you think the fans are going to say enough is enough? Or
That's the
do you think that will ever happen?
That's the $1 million question, Danny. I don't know. My gut feeling, I think if we lose against Liverpool on Saturday, and then Spurs, I think we might get a draw. Then if we lose against City, I think his days are numbered.
So those two games is the most important.
I think that they're crucial. I think we'll draw against Liverpool. We should beat City. If we lose both of those, I think his time could be up.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, has there been progress since he took over?
Yeah, I mean,
million dollar question.
Yeah,
All the tough questions.
There's definitely progress. Whether it's the progress in terms of the ability of the players, there's progress in the mentality of the players. I would say, bringing in Ole, who obviously a lot of the players knew of him, knew his history. I think there was a drive that was distilled into the team. We've got this guy in now. He knows our club. He knows our history. He's not just a Jose off the street who's been he's been around the world and managed loads of clubs. But what did he know about United? Nothing really. Ole's been there. He's lived and breathed it. So I think the mentality changed. Whether the ability of the team changed until recently, I think the introduction of Ronaldo is a big changer for everyone. His way he trains, his look after his body, his mentality, his approach to the game, that is going to drive on a lot of the other team members. Right.
Then can I ask you another question? Sorry, I'm just dominating this section. There's a lot of talk about Ronaldo coming in. Yes, you're right. He changed, the mentality around. But does his entry disrupt the gameplay in a sense?
Yeah.
Because
Good question.
his style is very different. He's like a typical centre forward that runs in behind. And could that be affecting our play, which has been set in a certain way in the last probably year and a half or 2 seasons?
Yeah, he's got. Well, the problem now is we've got a decision to make. Do we build a team around Ronaldo, or do we ask Ronaldo to fit into our team? And
yes.
It's difficult because how long are they going to be there? If we go build a squad around him, he might only be here for 12 months or 2 years, 2 seasons. We don't. It's a decision for Ole and Mike Phelan and the rest of the boys. Do we want to build a team around Ronaldo, or do we want him to fit in? Now, last week we heard rumours in the press. I don't know how true this was. Ole denied them. Was that Ronaldo has already said, he's come out publicly and said he wants to attack faster and break faster on the counter-attack. So he's obviously got desires to change the way the team's playing. He can see issues in the way the team's playing.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But do you think that if given a couple of weeks or so, because he just only joined us, right? During the Newcastle game, he's got about 3 home games and things like that. So do you think that in the next few weeks, you will see some difference? And the more he trains, the more he fits in with the team, do you think there will be some difference?
I hope so. Naturally, the players will get used to him a lot more and what his abilities are. He's not the Ronaldo we had when he was 17. He's a completely different type of player now. He's not got that energy anymore. He's got great energy for his age. Don't get me wrong. He's a fantastic player, but he's not the guy who's going to do these 10 step overs before he gets into the box. He's looking to be a prominent striker now. He could be up there playing as our main striker, and we've got to get the balls into him.
Yeah, and it's amazing how he sort of changed his game, right, from being a winger to now a centre forward. And they always say, right, centre forwards can sniff out goals.
Yeah.
Okay, they have the ability to sniff out goals. How did he train himself to become a centre forward who can sniff out goals like that? It's beyond.
Just shows his intelligence as a footballer. His footballing brain is phenomenal. And we've all seen his physique. We know his ability to be on the ball and what he's achieved in his life. It's incredible. And the fact he's come back here now is a huge boost for everyone. It has to be. We've got to embrace it and we've got to use him to our best advantage.
Definitely.
I don't know whether I missed out any important things, but then just one question that just now when you were talking about Ronaldo, the contrast of the first half and the second half of the Everton game. Okay, because the first half that day, Cavani and Martial's goal. They were the forwards, and then second half Ronaldo came in. So there's actually, I mean, among us, we were discussing about this as well. The first half, right, the football seems a bit more fluid, a bit more like how to say, everyone knows what they were doing. And then come second half, right, it seems like the players were like maybe confused, or in a way they feel pressured to perform to a certain level, or maybe they need to pass the ball to Ronaldo or something like that.
Yeah,
so what do you think about it?
It felt a bit disjointed in the second half. Like you say, he didn't start the game. I think the reason he didn't start the game was because of the rumours about what he said. I think he's come out and said something to somebody about breaking quicker.
The pace.
Yeah, and I think that was Ole's way of saying, look, I'm in charge here. If you're going to say stuff like that, you start on the bench. Who knows? We don't know, and we'll probably never find out. But the game was certainly disjointed in the second half. Like you say, I just think the players feel they have to get the ball to him. That final ball should be to Ronaldo, and that's not the mentality we want. We want all the players to score.
Yeah.
We want everybody to feel they have the ability and the chance to go and score a goal. We don't want to have to get it to Ronaldo on the last touch every time. Because if we do that, then we're limiting our chances, I feel.
Okay, and then another question, because this one, my brother was actually at one of the games under LVG, because he actually mentioned, because sometimes when we watch from the television, right, we are only focused on plays or certain parts of the playing field and whatnot. We can't really see how the players are moving about and whatnot. So during LVG time, what he actually told me that like players like Schneiderlin, how you pronounce his name, Morgan's, that guy from Southampton.
Schneiderlin.
He was actually literally just walking around the pitch and whatnot, a very slow pace, slow tempo thing. So now with Ronaldo in our team, right, how's the players, the energy levels and whatnot, but from what you can see, eagle eye the whole field, what do you, maybe you can share with us on that.
Well, like with the Everton game, when he came on, there's a sudden boost from everybody. It's that desires there. Ronaldo's on the pitch. We can really go and win this game now. But I think generally people feel a buzz when he's on the pitch. The players, they feel they can achieve more themselves because he brings that mentality to the team. And I think he distills that from the moment he turns up from training through to in the dressing room. He's driving them forward all the time. I mean, obviously, we don't see it. We just hear what other players have said, what he's like, how he trains, what his mentality is like in the dressing room. He's a very big voice in the dressing room. We all know that. And I can't see it being any other way. The players must get a lift from him being there.
Rob, sorry. Okay, I have a question. This is I don't know this is a very or a very I don't know, a tricky question or not. Which one do you prefer? Toxic manager but winning a title, or a non-toxic, or someone that really good at management but doesn't win any trophies? Which one do you prefer?
Sounds familiar, right, Coach Dom? This question.
So I just
this is another $1 million question.
Because for us in Malaysia, we always prefer someone that the manager that can bring titles to the club. Yeah, and so I just want to know what about the Manchester mentality? Do they prefer someone that good management but doesn't win a trophy?
See,
not yet win a trophy. Come on, Abidal.
This is it. It all depends who you ask. I mean, I've been there going Old Trafford for 30 odd years, so I've seen the trophies. I've seen lots and lots of trophies over them years. Not so much lately, but then if you just ask my children, my boys, they say they want to see them win the league, obviously, because they've not seen it for a long. They were really young, So I think it really depends who you ask. Me personally, I just want to see entertaining football at Old Trafford. I want to see.
Even though we are not winning trophy.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see us. I think we should win one major trophy every season, regardless.
Yep.
Whether it's Champions League, FA Cup, or the Prem, we should be winning one silverware. I'm not so bothered about the Carabao Cup. It doesn't interest me at all. I watch it, but I've no desire to really win it. It's a nice to have if you do. But the FA Cup, the Champions League, and obviously the Prem, we should be winning one of those every week with the team we've got every year, every season.
I think as much as we don't like the Carabao Cup, we would have done something for Ole. It's still a trophy to build on.
It'd have bought him more time, definitely. And like you say, to build on that, we can prove then we can win silverware.
Yeah,
we've not done that with him yet. So
I don't know why, but I still have a good feeling about this season.
You always got good feeling about everything.
I still think we'll win something this season.
See, everyone's talking about, we're on a disaster of a season. We're not. We're a couple of points off the top. It's we're there or thereabouts, and we've got what we call 6 pointers coming up. So we've got City and Liverpool. If we win them, it's a huge lift, and we'll be up the top. We'll be top of the league. Obviously, we've got Chelsea to contend with as well, but it's not. We've had worse starts to the season. Let's put it that way.
Maybe it's because of the incoming of our world-class players. We got Sancho, Varane, and of course Ronaldo. And then we are expecting maybe a certain style of play. I think it's more about a certain style of play. We are actually hoping, that things will go back like maybe 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, the way that we are playing and, and whatnot. So maybe the expectations of the fans is all there. We got a comment actually here by Darcylan, okay, which is in line with what we are saying now. Is the Old Trafford crowd fed up with the boring football?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we don't want to park the bus like we did with Jose. That became silly, in my opinion. We was too defensive. We get a goal lead, and then we just park the bus, and the rest of the game we could score in the first 10 minutes, and the next 80 were just boring football. We had no desire to go forward unless we got a lucky counter-attack. With Ole, the signs are there, or they were there, that we were going to start. We weren't going to do that at all. We were going to play attacking football. I mean, last week we heard for the first time chants of attack.
Yeah.
Now we've not had that for quite. I can't remember the last time I heard that. It was going back a few seasons when we really heard that in great numbers. And it started last week, and we heard it again. And I think that will become more prominent. If we don't see the entertaining football that we expect at Old Trafford, then chance will start again.
Yep.
Rob, just a question, because you're one of the fans in the stadium, right? So, in many people's opinion, Varane and Ronaldo is arguably more successful than Ole. Also, has been coached by many big-time managers. If it comes down to it, do you think the crowd fans are going to side with Ronaldo or Ole in this team?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Good question, Danny. Very good one.
It will be split. You'll get people. I think the older generation, myself, will side with Ole a bit because we know a bit more about the tactics involved in football, and we see it in a bigger picture. I think the younger crowd, the kids and even the teenagers, they're going to side with the stars of football. Because that's what you do. They're the people they look up to. They don't look up to Ole because they're a different generation. We do, because I was there when Ole was there as a player. But the younger generation only know of Ronaldo and Varane's and your Sancho, so they're going to look up to them first and maybe side with them.
Yeah, but to be honest, Danny, I don't think it will come down to a situation of backing a Ronaldo or a Solskjaer. If Solskjaer doesn't perform, it's out.
Because why I ask this is Ronaldo is not in his like in the middle of his career. He's towards
final
the
years
end of his career.
End of his
so
career.
he's going to want to push and win, and obviously outside Messi who's stuck in the sixth league in Europe. But at some point, if Ole can't manage Ronaldo and Varane, who I think at this point have also, because they went through so many coaches, they are probably going to think they know more than Ole.
Yeah.
So at some point, they are not going to be happy. Ronaldo is never going to be happy with not getting the ball. This one we can all agree.
Yeah.
So, but at what point of the season it becomes a bit, he's definitely going to question why McTominay and Fred are playing, especially why Fred is playing every game.
Exactly. This is one of the statements.
So this is the question.
Yeah. Sorry, man, Rob, all the tough questions pointing at you, man.
That's fine.
Why is Ole so obsessed with McFred? Okay, maybe you can share with us your opinion on this.
Fred for me is what I call a busy player. He looks like he's doing an awful lot on the pitch. He's everywhere, all over the midfield.
Yes, yeah.
He's even very defensive minded. He'll drop back and he'll help out at the back. And when you're busy, you look like you're contributing a lot. But when you look at his pass rate and his pass success rate and his tackling, then he's not a great player, in my opinion. I've always said this from day one. He's not a United player. He's not the quality we need.
How's the crowd's reaction towards Fred in the stadium?
Well,
No, serious. You know,
Yeah,
like when you get the ball, they start
it's
moaning
almost-
like, oh, you know, that kind of stuff.
It's almost comical. You see him take shots from like 30 yards, and it goes over the bar. And everyone just holds the hands in their, the heads in the hands, and they're laughing. They've got a bit of sympathy for him. I think as a character, he's likable. He's quite a funny guy. He comes across well to the media, the interviews I've seen. And I think the crowd have got a love-hate relationship with him. They love him for his busyness on the ball, and he seems to be doing a lot. But when his actual tactical, his skills are questionable. His passing and his tackling. So he's not. He wouldn't be on my team sheet.
So since we are talking about the midfield, let me bring in another tough question: the enigma Paul Pogba. Right now he's playing mostly on the left. Where do you think is his ideal position? Whether it's the center, on the left, or what happens if he's on the left and Rashford comes back and we have those attacking options? Where do you think will be the best position for him?
For Pogba?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I play centre mid. I'd play centre mid every time. I think his ability to pit and passes out. He's a bit like a Paul Scholes. He can pick a ball out from 35, 40 yards and drop it right on your foot. And his vision to play them through balls through the middle. I don't think you could argue we've got Fernandes who can do a similar sort of thing, but I think on the day, Pogba's passing is spot on.
As a big Paul Scholes fan, I take offense to that comment. Paul Scholes used to come back. Although he couldn't tackle, he still did his defensive role.
Yeah,
he never lost the ball in crucial areas, and he
scored
more beautiful goals than Pogba.
But he was a terrible tackler.
I want to ask you about the how to say the work rate of Paul Pogba. Though. I mean, from what you can see when he's not having the ball and the camera is not focused on him, is he like just taking it easy when the ball is not with him, or he's actually trying to like track back, being aggressive and what's your input on that?
Very similar to Martial.
Oh my god!
No. Ouch!
You mean hardworking?
Honestly.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
They must be from the same school of football because they both.
You're not coming back on here. You're not coming back on here.
I know you're like Martial's biggest fan, Don, but no, he's like honestly, he looks lazy off the ball. He's not interested. If the ball's within 10 yards of him, he'll go make a challenge. If he's got to run 20, 30 yards for that challenge, he's not interested. You're
talking about Martial or Pogba?
Pogba lah. Pogba. Zaid is not here to defend Pogba, so he's talking about
the mentality.
Pogba, okay?
Yeah, honestly, it's the mentality they both have. It's like, it's not my job to go and chase the ball 25, 30 yards. Yeah.
Exactly. And not only that, sometimes for me, I feel when he plays in the center of midfield, he tends to a lot of times give the ball away in very, very crucial areas for me, just outside the box, and leads to goals actually. Any thoughts on that, Rob?
Yeah, I don't think he's a very defensive minded at all, Pogba. As a genuine midfielder, he's great. Like I say, I rate him a lot for being able to pick passes out, but he won't track back. He's not going to come back and help you out. He's there for corners. He's a tall lad. He should be there in the middle of the bunch when it comes to headers, but his work rate tracking back is questionable.
Yeah, so wouldn't that be a liability then playing him in the center, especially?
Dude, you got a Paul Pogba. Either you got a Paul Pogba agenda or you got
no.
agenda.
I'm just trying to find out what the general feel is.
No, but
do you feel the?
Yeah, he's not a CDM. He's not a CDM, is he? He's a central attacking midfielder. I would say he's not going to trap. He's not going to trap back for you if you're going to play three in the middle.
So, Rob, just to say, because in 5 seasons, Pogba has been a very not consistent. Do you think the Premier League is too fast for him? Too fast paced? Like if it's an Italian league or with a France team, he has more time on the ball and he can do pick out his passes. But the Premier League is
Kante to do all his dirty work for him.
But that can be said for a lot of players. They just don't understand the how fast the Premier League is. We've seen it with so many players over the years. Just they come here and they want to be successful in the Premier League, but they don't. It's not just the speed; it's the physical league. It's very physical, the Premier League. You look at the Italian league and Serie A and the Bundesliga. The whistle's been blown every 2 minutes because the moment you go shoulder to shoulder with someone, it's a free kick. Over here, the players are allowed to go on a bit more, and therefore it's more physical. And I don't think the players understand that, and I don't grasp it. And a lot of players come and go without even making an impact on the Premier League because they just can't last.
Which brings us to the next question. Do you guys think Donny van de Beek have a future at Manchester United? Not sure why Ole signed him, but he has been overlooked time and time again. Okay, I'm going to point this question at Rob, and also on top of that, Rob, please maybe just share with us how, from again the spectator, being a spectator at Old Trafford, how is his movement when he doesn't have the ball? You know, when he's off camera, when we, our Malaysian fans, we can't actually see how is his movement and whatnot. Maybe you can share with us.
I've got some. I feel sorry for Donny because I think he's a great player personally. I think he's just not had the opportunity to show us yet. I've no idea what's going on behind doors with Ole. There's something happened there, or it's a fallout and we've not heard about it, or he just doesn't believe in him. And perhaps it wasn't Ole's signing. Perhaps he was told to sign him. I don't know what's happened, but you look him on international duty. He's a fantastic player. There's no question about it. Why he's not delivered that or had the opportunity to deliver that at Old Trafford yet, I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. Off the ball, he's no different from anyone else from what I've seen. You know, he's running around. He's looking to be busy. We're just not seeing those killer passes that he can do on international duty. That we haven't seen that yet for us.
Is he the United quality player? The Van de Beek?
I think he could be. He's got the ability. Whether he's got the ability to give it us how we want it on the day, every match, he might be a big game player. You know, similar to Pogba. Pogba could turn up for the big games, but then the smaller games where you think he would excel and be the outstanding player, he doesn't turn up and he's not seen.
I think he did have a chance in the centre midfield this season, and he looked a little bit like he was doing a decent job. The West Ham game, even the young boys game, he was looking decent, and then he was hauled off at halftime because Bisaka was sent off, right? So maybe he deserves a prolonged run beside one of the defensive midfielders instead of playing both of them. And
what you said there, Doc, is that consecutive games running, being selected for a squad in consecutive games gives you a huge boost. Yeah. It's a belief that the manager believes in you, and you need that game time. It's no point coming on. Ole's been famous for it this season already. Bring your players on with 10 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go. Not enough time to make an impact on a game. We need your players should have him. He did it better the other day. He brought some players on with 25 minutes to go, and it was a difference. It does make a difference when they've got more time on the field.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
Okay, we got a comment here by Josh. Rob, please put a banner to play Van de Beek. Thank you. Love JomUnited. So prepare the banner and pass it over to me. I'll find a way to get it to Rob. Okay, get a big one, a big banner.
Yeah.
Right?
Unfortunately, I mean, you've probably seen the pictures. I'm not very close to the pitch, so it'd have to be a huge banner.
Go across the Trafford.
Yeah, the whole of the case stand
where's your seat actually?
I'm in the northeast. I'm in the northeast quadrant. So the northeast quadrant, yeah. So it's like the old. It's what the old away end used to be. I'm sat in there. The away fans are now in the corner, but years and years ago, it was the old away end. It was called the case stand back then. It's now
Guys, I think maybe we should all put the money where our mouth is. We all tong, we all chip in. We get the aeroplane to fly over Old Trafford lah. Ons or not? Play Van de Beek.
I might take a little divert and go and see Dihia lah. Sorry.
You are not on the plane, Doc. We are hiring the plane.
What? I thought we were all going to fly there. That's so sad.
Doc has this kind of a romantic, even much more than me and Martial, for David De Gea. And then he has this agenda against Paul Pogba. I do not.
No, I don't have an agenda. I just want him to.
Obvious.
I want him to perform to his best game in, game out. And it's frustrating to see him not do that. That's all.
Doc, just for you, I put my De Gea.
I know, I can see that in the background. I was already going to ask you about that.
Normally, normally there's a different picture there, but because Doc was on.
This
Just
is what we
on
call kipas, you know. Rob, we call
This is
kipas.
what
Pija, you explain pada Rob apa tu kipas.
This is what they call in Malaysia we call it kiss ass.
Kipas.
How kipas? Yeah, in Malaysia we call it kipas.
Yeah.
Like to fan somebody. So these
Yeah.
are some terms that you can just pick up when you're watching this segment.
I was actually waiting for the ratings to come to actually bring out that photo
Soon.
behind you, Rob. I already noticed it.
Speaking about the player ratings, all right, guys. For those of you who haven't rated the players, the performance of the players so far, please follow the link in the description below. We'll share the ratings of the players. Maybe in like 20 or 25 minutes time. Okay, so the window is still open. You can rate the players now. All right, follow the link in the description. Okay, we got one comment by, let me check, by Lindan here. Okay, so what does Rob think about the new director data and science? I think it's called Dominic Jordan, someone that they just newly appointed. So what do you think about him and his possible impact on our team?
Never heard of the guy, to be honest. I don't know of him, don't know his history, and I don't know really what that job entails. I mean, I've not seen the article, I've not seen the press release. What does that job actually entail? What's he going to do for us? I've no idea.
That's why I also want to check with the panel on this. Maybe Oli is trying to do something to buy more time for himself and whatnot, to push the responsibility elsewhere or whatnot. What do you guys think?
We've never had one before, so why are we suddenly having this guy, this new role, this new job that never existed?
Yeah, and I'm sure they've been using data and science long before this guy was signed. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because Smurf was actually mentioning that modern day football, that they actually utilize a lot of these people like Tuchel and whatnot. Danny, you got any?
There's this movie that Brad Pitt acted in. It's called Moneyball. So he's the head coach of a baseball team in US, and he didn't have much money to form a team. So, but he got a data analyst guy to come, and so they give inputs of players that is not normally seen by the scouts or the coaches. Like on the back end, what is going, who is more value, what do you need in your certain positions. So maybe instead of going for Rice, there's another player in the championship or somebody who gives an equal or better performance. Just because he's from a lower team, we would not be looking at him. So, and it's all these things, the small things. So when when Klopp came, I think Liverpool already got him, and City already has one. United is a bit late to the party, but it is meant to. It's going to be suggestions that whether the coach wants to take it or not, or manager. But it's a bit more insight with lesser work.
But do you
to
think
my
that
understanding?
immediate? Will this be an immediate impact kind of thing, or we need to give them time again, give them time, and what do you think, Danny?
The transfer window is going to be in January, and honestly, Ole is kind of stubborn and set in his ways. I feel this is not going to make a very big difference to his team selection. Without data science, we can already tell you that Fred shouldn't be starting again.
He needs the black and white, like we mentioned. Approved by somebody,
The thing about Ole is, the more you on social media or you tell him you cannot do it, he's going to continue and do it. He doesn't seem to. He's not going to take anybody's suggestions.
Yeah, but I think the international break came at the wrong time. He was already angry with Fred at Aston Villa and hauled him off immediately after his mistake. But now he might forget it after the international break. That anger might be gone, and Fred is back in the team.
Speaking about we are coming to the end of international break, right? Going into the next few fixtures, right? I think these fixtures are all crucial. Okay, we got Leicester next, then we got Atalanta, then we got Liverpool, Tottenham, again Atlanta, Manchester City. Okay, so these up and coming games are I would say crucial for us. Okay, and then the thing is, both of our our first centre back selection of centre back pairing is injured. So Rafael Varane and also Harry Maguire. I don't know how bad is Varane's injury, but apparently I read somewhere he had some adductor tear or something like that. So Rob, how do you see this? How do you see this impacting our coming games, our coming fixtures?
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, there are key back two in the sense of I think Varane's. I don't know what his injury is. It only happened given out on international duty, wasn't it? So we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, we've got people to come in. You know, they've tried and tested defenders. You know, Bailly and Lindelof. So I think we're going to have to just see how long the injuries are for with Harry as well.
Do you see an improvement from Victor ever since Rafael coming? Right?
Not noticeably for me. No, he's always been an average defender. He's never really stood out for me. He's good, but he's not excellent.
So do
Yes, he
you rate
seems to play better
Maguire?
for Sweden, though.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of our players
you
play
could-
better.
Yeah, a lot of players
Exactly,
is
yeah.
playing
You
better
see
with
Paul
the
Pogba
country.
agenda. You see, even without him saying it, I know it.
I didn't say anything. I was talking about Sweden.
a lot of players do seem to step up when it comes to international duty. I don't.
Why? Do you know why, Rob?
No idea.
No
I mean,
clue.
it obviously it's pride. It's pride for your country. You know, you wear your flag on your heart, and that can be the only explanation. Is that it's pride. You should have. You would hope they have the same pride for United, and some do, but some don't. So.
Agree.
Who would you consider they have pride wearing the United badge, and who wouldn't? Who doesn't?
Phil Jones.
If I had to choose one player, that's a tough one.
Two maximum two
Two
lah.
lah, right?
Two.
Rashford. I think the boys that are from Manchester naturally have a desire to want to do more for the club. They've come from the ranks. You know, they've come through the academy. Like Jesse, you know, he was there from the age of 8, and he lived and breathed United. So it's all he's ever known, other than his short spell that he had away. But I think those two, Rashford and Jesse, they wear this. They wear this. The club crest. It's part of their heart. You know, they really wanted to have a desire to win and do the club proud. And hopefully Rashford's back shortly. So.
I think he should be ready lah. He should be ready for maybe not the full 90 lah.Maybe come in the second half and whatnot.
Yeah,
but I always feel that we look more dangerous when Rashford is in the side. I mean, compared to Greenwood, who tend to drift in and out of games. Like Rashford is a constant threat. You know, he gets to the ball, he likes to run at people. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say we've got a great opportunity now to put Rashford out on the left, which he likes. That's his favourite position. He likes to play from the left.
Yes.
Play Ronaldo for the middle and put Sancho back where he belongs on the right.
On the right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Why doesn't Ole play Sancho on the right? So far, he's playing, predominantly on the left. Some people say, it's a rumor that he don't want to play with Wan-Bissaka. He goes to the left, you see. But then again, don't know. It's
because
weird,
because you know the left hand side is vacant. You know, there's no player to play there. You know, Martial, you can forget about it. Then there's nobody there. You know.
That's the thing. That's the thing about JomUnited. You know, there's a lot of Martial agenda, French agenda, and stuff like that. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I think that has to do probably with Greenwood's form. Greenwood started the season on fire.
Yeah, sure.
So he made the right side his own. So to fit in Sancho, he had to play on the left. I think that would be the probable explanation for it. I mean, there's no reason to drop Greenwood and move Sancho to the right.
Yeah, I mean, this data scientist, if he comes in, he should be saying to Ole, well, Sancho scored 56 goals in open play for Dortmund.
Yeah,
there's your proof. He's naturally on the right. He plays better on the right. He definitely does. Yeah, you look at his games for Dortmund. I know Dortmund did play him on the left as well, but predominantly he was on the right side. And 56 goals speaks volumes.
Okay, there's this. This question. With everyone is talking about the Newcastle takeover. So Rob, what's your thought on the Newcastle takeover? And then generally, how are the fans there, the United fans especially, reacting to this? You know, they got a large war chest, and then they can go on a spending spree. You know, buy all those world class players and whatnot. You know, world class players like Martial, apparently Lingard, Van der Beek, and whatnot. See how I actually slot him in.
World class players are not going to come at the moment. I think they'll find it tough still at the beginning.
Rob, what do you think about that? The Newcastle takeover.
Well, strangely enough, I've just come from a weekend away with my family, and it was in Newcastle. So I got to speak. Well, it's actually near Newcastle. There's a place called Redcar, and I got to speak to quite a lot of Geordies while I was there. We went out, had a meal, and went to a few pubs, and we got speaking to some Geordies, and they are ecstatic. They are over the moon, but they think the whole world's going to change overnight, and it won't. We've seen this. We've seen takeovers. It takes time. City didn't start winning straight away when the Sheik came in and bought them. It takes time. You've got to, they've not got a great team, so they're going to have to buy quick in the January transfer window. And it's if they can appeal to these big name players.
Yeah.
What can they offer? What promises can they give?
Yeah.
The stadium needs revamp. A bit like Old Trafford, it needs remodernising. So these players are not going to want to come and play in a stadium that's falling down. They're going to play in a state-of-the-art stadium, especially if the owner's got billions and billions of dollars or pounds. So it's attracting those big name players. The money's not an issue; they can afford them. That's obvious. But getting them through the door and having them believe in what you want to build is a different thing.
So I think there are a couple of things to that. They're not a big name or big name club, right? That's one. And probably, right now they're languishing in the lower half. Now, can they offer those big names at least some type of European football, right?
That's the key. That's the key. We all know that the big players want to play in the Champions League.
Yeah.
If you can't offer them that, it's tough. It's very tough to get them in.
Yeah, I think what will happen is they might bring in some players like Coutinho, who are somewhat international class, but they've been lost for a couple of years or so, right? Since he left Liverpool, they bring in those kind of players and try to build from there. So they're not going to win things overnight, but you will see it gradually, I guess.
I heard Raiola is moving to Newcastle. He's taking all his players with him.
Well, I mean, what they want to do is get someone like Cavani in. He's a legend name. He's well known throughout the whole of football. He hadn't played for a year when we took him, but you don't lose that skill. And someone like him, they'll only have him for a few seasons, but when you've got their names in your team, when you put in likes of Cavani on team sheet, that's going to attract some big name players.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it'll be a gradual thing. They won't do it in 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
If they want to contend in the top 4, top 5, you're probably talking 5 or 6 seasons to be up there every time.
Yeah.
It's going to take that time to build a squad.
So generally, the United fans there, they are not really worried about this takeover.
No. I think they're worried in the fact that we don't want all our clubs to be owned by billionaires because it will spoil football. Because they know, where does it end? Because the players will want more and more money, and then we need to. I've already said we need to somehow have a wage cap at clubs, because before we know it, we're gonna have a player earning £1 million a week.
Yeah.
How about potential? Sorry. How about potentially, right? Newcastle, they appoint a good manager, like maybe they take a Conte or whatnot, who would be a substitute for Ole Gunnar if things turn bad, because there are not many, well-known managers out there anymore available. The one
Zidane,
that are linked to
Zidane keeps coming up, doesn't it? I'd like to see Zidane at Old Trafford. Not necessarily to replace Ole, but at some point in his career, I think he's great. I think he's got a good manager. You could argue he inherited a fantastic team at Real Madrid already.
Yes,
ready built really for him to be successful. So I'd like to see him have the opportunity to build a squad in a different league.
Yeah,
that's not to say I want Ole out. I don't. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not
Okay,
yet.
Okay, Rob, maybe this is because we are going to move on to the player rating shortly. Okay, so maybe this is the last question for you. What's your stand on Ole Gunnar at the moment? Okay, where are you at? And maybe do you have any message to the JomUnited viewers? Having patience, give him time, that kind of stuff or whatnot.
My feel is he's not a million miles off where he wants to be. We need to give him more time. I think the key, whether he'll get the time is different. I think that I think the board and the investors will want silverware, and I think if we don't make it out of the Champions League qualifiers or the group stage, I think that could be a key decision for the board to say, he's had his opportunity. The Champions League's huge. Because if we don't qualify or we don't win it, then we've got to go and qualify somewhere else. So we've got to finish in the top 4. Or we've got to win the FA Cup. So I think, like I said earlier, he is on borrowed time. I'm hoping he can turn it round because I do like the guy, and I think he's got potential to be a great manager. In terms of everyone else supporting him, I think we all should stay behind him at this stage. All the John supporters out there, I think they should just stick with him, give him a bit more time. We're not at the bottom of the league. We're not there. We're not down the bottom anywhere. We're in the top 3, 4. We have been since the start of the season. We're going to stay in the top 4. That's not an issue. But we want to go on and win the league. That's the desire from everyone around the world.
So a big October will help. Will help change everybody's perception as well.
Yeah, I feel the mentality will change. We win against City and Liverpool, and we beat Spurs, and then we do well in the group stages of the Champions League. Old Trafford will be absolutely buzzing again. I guarantee it. And that breathes out to the rest of the community. All the countries around the world. All you guys in Malaysia and everywhere. If they can hear Old Trafford singing Ole's name, then everyone else believes in it. That's where it stems from. Yeah. When you hear it on TV, just hearing the 75,000 people sing his name gives you belief as a spectator on TV.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. You remember that when Ronaldo coming, all the Manchester Five kids are singing, chanting Ronaldo song.
Viva Ronaldo.
So even we can hear here in Malaysia, that song.
There was two games, the Leeds game this season as well, because don't forget we haven't played because Leeds weren't in the Premier League for so long. When they came back to the Premier League, it was all behind closed doors because of COVID.
Yeah.
So that was the first time, and I think it was something like 10 years that we played a game against Leeds in a packed
stadium.
A packed stadium, yeah. It'd never been done before for such a long time, and the atmosphere was unbelievable. It was so loud. And then the same for Ronaldo on his return. It was incredible.
Okay, Rob, last question. Expectation for this season. And if Ole doesn't win a trophy this season, what will be your stance on Ole? Is he gonna be here next season, or is he gonna be gone this season? What do you think about that?
Or promoted into the director of football and Zidane comes in as the manager.
I still believe we can win the league this season. I don't think any permanent damage has been done so far. We're there or thereabouts. We're not a million miles away from the other two. With the Chelsea and Liverpool. I think we're on par with them. We just got to click more as a unit. We've got individual players showing brilliance. If we can all just click better together as a team, I think we're going to be in the running in the top 2 or 3 come April. As for Ole, I think again, if there's no silverware this season, I couldn't argue. I couldn't argue for him to stay. I think we'd have to go.
All right.
Okay. So I think we are at the end of this particular segment. Okay, we'll move on to the players rating after this. Rob, thank you so much for joining us. I gotta do a bit of a substitution at the moment, so you'll be substituted as Anthony Marcel, who just scored the goal against Everton. So very high. We're not doing a Van der Beek on you, okay? We're not gonna do a Van der Beek on him, okay? So a round of applause. Thank you so much, Rob, and then we'll have you in the future segments and stuff. Okay?
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Keep in touch. We will speak to you again soon.
Will do.
All right. Take care. Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Okay. And to replace, substitute. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, Abang Jai.
Hello.
Jai.
Okay. So guys, we will move on to the player ratings. The cumulative player ratings so far. Okay. So I got the tabulated data here. Okay, apologies if it's not as smooth. So basically, we have quite a number of people participating in this thing. We got 30 over people participating in this thing for the first time. I think is a good job for everybody, right? So okay, so we're gonna start with our first player. Okay, we'll jump straight into this. Wait, let me see how to do this. Okay, hold on, give me a moment. We have something special prepared. Okay, and shout out to Nick Mr. Wilson, okay, for making all of this
Mr.
possible.
Wilson.
Okay, our first
Oh.
player.
Ah,
Pijal, you kena duduk dua kerusi ah.
dia nak suka lah dog.
What are we
Okay.
doing? We're starting with a perfect 10, is it?
Dude, I'm gonna delete this guy. I can't take this anymore.
And
Okay,
then working
so-
our way down.
Hey, I think you better remove dog because it will be an unbiased
Yeah, that's why
comment.
he will always
Yeah,
talk about just talk about this
kick him
guy.
first.
you see.
Sepak
Okay,
dia
hold
dulu.
on, let me see. Okay,
He's
so
gonna mute me
we'll
soon.
start. Wait, hold on. Sorry, a bit of. Just want to make sure that everything is in place. Okay, never mind. We start with David De Gea first. All right,
Sorry.
David
Dog,
De
sorry, dog.
Gea. Yo.
Before we start, don't forget our giveaway. You get this cawan.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
as the panel. Exactly
Same
same.
with the panel. Same with the panel.
Unfortunately, I've won here. Oh, Coach Dom, JomUnited.
Oh my
Oh
goodness,
man.
This
you
Oh
special.
man. This one is
Oh,
a gift from my wife.
you got
No, you cannot
yeah,
win this. I'm sorry, you cannot win this. My wife
yeah,
actually
the-
made
And
this.
then
Personal
they gave us the
space.
plain one, you see?
Tahu tak apa? Dia bagi yang plain
See
ni.
the contrast.
Oh my
Oh, dia punya
goodness.
full ke? Dia punya full merah.
Ouch, I really feel it lah.
Boleh
I
return lah,
brought this
return lah.
on. I brought this on just to hurt your feelings, dog. Just to hurt your
Oh
feelings.
man,
Refund
heartbroken lah.
Boleh refund tak?
Okay,
Bro,
but anyway, guys.
sekurang-kurangnya kau dapat bro. Rezeki jangan ditolak.
Wait lah. Logistic
I
problem,
kena
bro.
masuk giveaway untuk menang bro.
Hey, then, sorry, Danny. The longer you wait, you might get one with your name and number.
Yeah, Danny,
But-
it's
Yalah.
for you.
The JNT flavor udah wrote my name on top and kami giveaway.
Okay, but just for those of you who's not aware, we are doing our 1K giveaway. Okay, description in the links below. Okay, we are giving away JomUnited marks, JomUnited jerseys, and also the grand prize of an original Manchester United home jersey. All right, so to find out how to win, please follow the links in the description below. Okay, all right, so guys, let's move on to the player ratings. Okay, we start off with David De Gea. David De Gea's performance so far. Okay, we start with who to start with? Jai ke? Okay lah, Doc lah. Start with Doc lah.
Bagilah baju hijau ni, bagilah.
Oh,
Aduh.
sorry. This one is mine lah. It's a perfect 10 lah. I think so far in player of the season, since the start of the season till now, I think big games at Southampton where he preserved the draw, Wolves, that wonderful double save, the West Ham penalty save, Warner's 2 games, and then of course the Villarreal was fantastic. So all in all, I think he's so far for me a perfect 10 lah. No any big mistakes. He also had some good kicks that set up our attacks and led to goals. So fantastic performance.
Okay, from the cumulative the survey, the data that we get, the viewers rated him 7.5. I think, which is fair enough lah. I think we wouldn't, dude.
Out of
Doc,
10.
serious, Doc, serious. Yeah, out of 10.
No.
If just say right, I mean, if our goalkeeper is rated very, very high, right, it doesn't really show that. I mean, our team is performing very, very well. You understand? I mean, it's like if the man of the match always goes to the goalkeeper, right, that means the defenders are not doing their job, the midfielders are not doing their job and whatnot.
No.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
not
You
a
really
towel
want me to
lining
comment on
job.
that?
Dom. You want to make this session only for De Gea. We all can argue with you, you know.
Yes, I agree. I pass over to my colleague with the De Gea jersey.
Yes,
Argue with
he
you.
is a perfect 10. I don't agree with the 7.5 punya rating. He's a
Yeah,
perfect 10.
definitely not lah. At minimum a 9 lah. Minimum a 9.
Okay lah, we give him that lah.
Minimum 9.5.
9.5
Bukan
lah.
9
Okay, we
lah.
give David De Gea a
minimum.
9.5 lah for that. Okay, all right. So we move on to the next
7.5.
player. All right, this one we gotta pass it to Danny D.
Yeah.
Danny D. What do you think about Harry Maguire?
This is very painful. Very painful. I was campaigning for this matcha the whole of last season. I thought this was it, but disappointing lah. He started off the season. He looks extra slow.
Black Lives Matter.
He's just not doing it, and I don't know why. I really thought with the arrival of Varane, he would have at least improved a little bit. But I don't know why he's just so bad. So if 6 is average, he's on a borderline 5 lah for me.
Wait,
Greece,
let me
fine.
see.
Better send him back to Greece for another holiday. At least when he got thrown in the jail, he came out a better player.
Wait, I need to I need to reconfirm this one
Holy
because
man.
the ratings that I don't know whether the algorithm is wrong or whatnot, but then the ratings for Harry Maguire is actually 8, man. Wait, guys,
Wow.
give me a
Higher than
moment
De
first.
Gea.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
De Gea.
sorry. Let me just tabulate this
Aduh.
again.
Dok, I rasa kan,
First time.
Dom ada agenda dengan De Gea tu.
I don't think so lah.
Wait, give me a
check,
moment,
Tadi
ah.
tadi
Outside
dia
with the
kata
French players now, he's making it a
kan,
Spanish
dia
problem.
ada Spanish player punya agenda lah hari ni.
Wait, guys, give me a
Dom,
moment, Give me a
you
moment.
better-
Let me retabulate everything first. Wait, one moment, please.
I think you better call in Mr. Wilson lah.
Oh, okay. Wait. Give me a moment.
kat cover tu
Sorry.
dia edit result tu. Dia edit
No,
result
now
tu.
once he retabulate, De Gea will go up from 7.5 to 9.5. He missed the.
Okay, wait. I got it. I'm sorry. I got it. I finally got it. Okay, so I made a mistake just now with the algorithm lah. Sorry, first time doing this thing. So De Gea actually was a 9. It was a 9.
Betul.
I apologize to all the De Gea
7.5.
fans. I'm also a De Gea fan. Okay, I've been always De Gea number 1, right? All this while. Okay, Harry Maguire is a 5.5.
Yeah. Now
Maguire is a
we're getting the
5.5.
correct ratings.
now
now.
Now we are getting.
Now kita
You know how
agree on that.
because I cross-checked Martial's rating, so Martial's rating is a 8.5. So yeah, I think we are right lah. Spoiler alert.
You know, lah,
Okay.
cannot be 8.5. The algorithm
My
went wrong
Marshall
there
only
again.
one person voted today.
Close
Knowing
vote.
Coach Donny cancelled everybody else vote. Dude.
Okay, we move on to the next player. Wait, let me look. Okay, we
Agenda.
got Raphael Varane. Okay, Pija, how would you rate Raphael Varane?
I rate him 8 out of 10. Beside,
Anything-
I think beside De Gea, he is probably the second or third best player for us this season because dia punya ketenangan dia di belakang, every ball memang dia attack, dia tak ada dia memang do all the nonsense yang previously kita dah tengok in terms of Victor Lindelof kan. So lagi satu dia macam cakap lah, dia banyak buat kerja, dia banyak backup Maguire lah. So I think he's an 8 lah for me. Apa dia ni? Sedih.
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 Okay,
Yeah.
the ratings from the viewers is 7.3. Okay lah, close lah. 7.3, not bad lah. Not bad
Siapa
lah.
tak
The
lima
viewers
tu,
are a bit
aduh.
strict in giving points.
Tahu tak apa?
No, but this one is
Dia
out of
ada-
30 over people. This one confirm correct. I double check the confirm algorithm is correct. Double check everything is correct. I'm an Excel pro. Okay, I'm tabulating from an Excel sheet lah. Okay. Next player Lindelof. Yang ini kena bagi Abang Jai lah. Abang Jai. Lindelof supporter number 1. Macam mana you rate performance Lindelof?
Bukan lah.
Okay lah.
Should be same lah. 8 but both also international world class players like Varane, right?
Baru actually sebenarnya sebenarnya Lindelof bila dia pairing dengan Varane, I nampak ada peningkatan dari segi persefahaman dan kesilapan tu sangat kurang. So but then untuk setakat sekarang ni dia tidak ada membuat mistake bodoh dan sebab kalau kita main dengan world class defending macam Varane, siapa-siapa pun akan ambil jalan yang sangat mudah bila persefahaman tu sangat bagus. Sebab Varane tu ialah international world class, baru dapat cup last 2 hari lepas. So Lindelof akan menjadi bagus bila pairing dengan Varane lah.
Maguire tak
So
bagus
I nampak ada peningkatan dari segi
Maguire tak bagus pun, Cai.
apa tu?
Makin teruk.
Maguire tak bagus, lagi teruk je
Maguire I tak tahu, I tak ambil pot pasal Maguire sebab I sekarang nampak pair yang paling bagus ialah Varane dan Lindelof. Itu I nampak.
That means
Ada pairing
beberapa
yang
video yang lalu
sangat
lah yang
chemistry.
Jai masa tu Jai cakap memang Lindelof lebih baik daripada Varane. Maybe ada satu kebenaran kat sana lah. Maybe apa yang you maksudkan ialah pairing yang paling baik lah dua orang tu.
Tu Jai pukul 12 tu.
Yes. Memang betul.
Tak
I
silap lah,
makan ubat. Memang makan ubat.
Okay,
makan
so
ubat.
basically
So
sila Jai, sila.
So Varane, Lindelof I bagi dia 7 point lah. Maksud dia 7 dia punya rate lah.
Okay, daripada viewers is 6, 6. Viewer bagi overall rating
Average
6.
lah, okay lah.
Okay lah, average lah. Okay, this is good lah. Okay, we move on to the next player. Luke Shaw. Doc, what do you think about Luke Shaw?
Luke Shaw, well, he's been steady, giving you a good game every game. The only thing is, I think probably we're seeing a little bit less of the attacking flair down the left side, especially when he's playing with Pogba. He doesn't have the understanding like he does with Rashford. Probably coming from the Euros, I would have expected slightly more, but for me, it's 6.5.
Oh, Doc, steady, Doc, because the how to say, the ratings from the viewers is 6.4. Oh, not bad, man. Oh
Accurate.
my god. Telepathic, good stuff.
Macam mana boleh dapat 0.4, 0.3 tu?
Memang lah, kalau you ada banyak-banyak, you divide dia punya
Matematik tu,
5 divided 5 bahagi 3 berapa? Berapa jawapan 5 bahagi? You buka calculator. I tunggu, you buka calculator. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Question macam ni, you PM tepi, bro.
Okay, understand lah. Pijal only do +1, +1. Doc is the one +1, +2, +3.
I don't have this 1.1, 1.2 tak ada. I +1 je. 1.1 tak ada.
So now we got Jai pukul 12 and Pijal pukul 11 lah.
Okay, wait. Sorry guys, I need to do a bit of synchronization.
Adjusting of the points.
Okay, next one.
sorry.
No, need to match everything. Okay, Alex, tell us. We move on to Danny. Alex, tell us.
6 lah for me. Nothing outstanding. The goal was superb. Other than that, it was quite average performance. I don't think he was. He didn't perform too well. He didn't too badly. So I'm giving him an average of 6.
Okay, 5. From the viewers, it's 5.5. So okay lah, we are quite close. Quite close.
Wish.
Okay.
Dia jaringkan gol pun 5 ah.
Satu gol
Okay
je bro.
lah. 1 gol.
Fred pun jaring 1 gol bro. Apa pasal you bagi rendah pasal?
Okay. Next player, Aaron Wan bersaka
Crucial goal. Alex Telles score crucial goal tau. Gol kena menang punya.
Fred
Fred
crucial.
aku
Kalau
tak
tak dia
kisah dia
tidur luar
gol
rumah.
ke apa ke, aku
Dalam
tak
kereta.
suka dia buat pun.
Tak apalah, tapi kira overall performance okay lah. 6, 5.5 okay kot.
Okay, Pijal, Aaron Wan bersaka
6.
6.
Disappoint
this one is
disappoint
you dah
dekat
hack
atas.
ke?
Mengecewakan
sistem.
Pasal nama betul lah. Mengecewakan
juga.
di atas. Atas dia mengecewakan, bawah dia power. Tu je. Faham tak?
Yes.
Ini cerita kat
What?
sekolah ke? Girlfriend first, girlfriend kedua.
Tak, tapi betul.
Are you sure it's cerita kat sekolah ke?
Tak. Cerita sekolah habis sekolah je. No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Boleh.
ni.
Okay, viewers also actually rated Aaron Wan bersaka 6, a score of 6. Okay, we move on to the next player. Wait,
Actually, I thought when Bisaka would be higher, no?
No, I think it's
Defensively, very
average.
steady.
But then
it's a
moving forward
He
is
made
good. Just the crossing lah.
And he
the
made a
crossing,
couple of goal line clearances. I think 2 games he made goal line clearances, right? Or goal line blocks.
Yalah, dia buat tu. Tapi tengok ada komen daripada admin kan. 6 for the stupid red card. So okay lah.
That one is because of AstroTurf. Okay.
Which admin lah now? Coach Dom on the side putting this, is it?
Yes.
Sorry. I got a lot of things I need to do at one moment. So it will get better in the future. I'm trying to synchronize everything. Okay, Diego Dolo. I will pass this to Jai Beckham. Apa rating you untuk dia?
Diego Dalot dia daripada segi attacking dia sangat bagus. Dia ada crossing, cuma daripada crucial pasal dia punya defensif agak kurang lah. So but then minit game dia pun kurang, tetapi dia cuba untuk membuat sesuatu peningkatan daripada segi permainan. Jadi pada I average dalam 6 lah. 6 punya point lah untuk Diego Dalot. Boleh dipertingkatkan lah sebab daripada segi cross dia memang crossing dia memang sangat kita sangat perlu lah. Diego Dalot.
Okay. We got one comment here by Daniel Lim. Diego Dalot needs to bring his Portugal form to Manchester United. He also needs playing time too, so I don't blame him for his lack of performance. And he needs to stop staring at Cristiano Ronaldo. Every picture, it gets creepy, sometimes. Okay, next player. Wait. Okay, Nemanja Matic. Okay, let's go with.
Dom. So the viewers.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Hello.
Lima. Banyak benda I kena buat weh sekarang. So I kena ni bagilah chance. Okay.
Like Martial, he cannot multitask.
Dude, this is like doing a role of, I don't know, Fred or something running all around the pitch, man. So Bruno Fernandes. Okay, doing a Bruno Fernandes job here. Okay, Dolo, it's 5 from the viewers, average 5. Okay, we move on to Nemanja Matic. Doc, what do you think about his performance?
I think when he played, he has been quite steady. I think especially in the home games where we have a lot of the ball, he makes best use of the ball from among the midfielders. If you compare with Fred, McTominay, even Pogba in the last few games, I think home games when he plays, be perfect. I still would give him around a 6.5 lah. Generally, he didn't play many games, but when he did, he was quite strong.
It's close way, Doc. 6.3. Oh my God, Doc. Telepathic, man. Oh, you hacked the thing already, Doc. I think he's a hacker, man, actually. Dia cakap selalu, Doc always say that he's an IT noob, but somehow I think he's actually I think he's a hacker,
But he
man,
mathematic pro, bro.
Mathematic pro, but
Pijak IT pro, but mathematics.
I'm a
It's like-
mathematic
it's like
pro,
Aaron-
but
Aaron Wan
Coach
Besanta
Dom
lah,
is
your-
using Excel sheet lah. I'm Excel sheet very bad lah.
So dia ni lah. Dia AdMed Pro, you know.
Hey.
Okay, next player, Scott McTominay. Okay, Scott McTominay. Danny, what do you think about Scott McTominay?
I think because of his injury, he's 5.56 lah. He has not stood out, in my opinion, in any of the match. So it's average for now, 5.56.
Okay, Scott McTominay is 5.3. 5.3. Hey, actually not bad. It's pretty close, man. Really, man. Props to the viewers. Good rating so far. Okay, our next player. Okay, wait, let me see. Okay, Van de Beek. This one I'll pass to Pijal lah. Van de Beek.
When the bin nak rating apa?
Alah, you bagilah can dia. Dah lah. Dia kunyah chewing gum saja. Dah lah, sekarang chewing gum pun dah tak kunyah.
I bagi chewing gum dia 5. Sebab pijak lantai. Tu je. Chewing gum dia 5.
So
tu je.
you're not going to rate Van de Beek, you're going to rate
Yes.
Van de Beek chewing gum lah.
I rate chewing gum dia je. Sebab dia balik tu, dia memang kena someone. Tapi kita tak tahu siapa. Tu je.
Shot on target lah.
Yeah, shot on target. Yes.
Pijak itu dah kira 7 lah, bro. Mana ada 5? Above average tu chewing gum dia.
I mean Van de Beek 2 sebab dia punya throw kan. Van de Beek 2, chewing gum 5, 7 lah.
Hey, but seriously, the ratings, the ratings from the viewers is 5.2. Okay.
Yeah,
close.
okay lah, boleh lah. Chewing gum dengan Van de Beek. Tapi but seriously, I can say that. So for me, I think I gonna give 5 lah. 5 or 4 lah
5
because of lack of playing games.
Okay, our next player, always in contender for man of the match of many games. Okay.
Fred. Yes. He did.
Wait, this one I kena check dulu. Abang Jai, you punya connection sekarang stable ke tak? You jangan cakap
Okay, ngam.
Okay, stay. Okay, go.
Okay,
Fred.
okay. Okay, Fred bukan saja rajin. Bukan saja rajin untuk Manchester United, tetapi dia lebih kepada pemain yang bukan kualiti Manchester United sendiri. Okay. I tak tahu daripada game by game tak ada improvement daripada segi passing, daripada pergi shielding. Last game baru ni sepatutnya dia masa dia orang tengah develop attacking, dia kena buat sesuatu, bentesan ke, intercept ke, gameplay tak berubah. Dan bukan I saja yang tak suka tengok Fred dekat dalam padang, mungkin fan-fan lain, mungkin legend-legend lain yang sakit hati ni sakit macam dikoyak-koyak. Sebab kita ada midfield yang I rasa bukan setakat amateur. I pun tak tahu dia daripada liga apa pun I tak tahu. So jadi rating untuk Fred ni sebenarnya, sebab mungkin Danny ada sebut dia jaringkan gol sebelum ni, I bagi dia 3 sahaja. 3 sahaja. Itu pun macam bukan I nak bagi pun sebenarnya. Tak nak bagi sebenarnya. Tapi sorry to say lah, Fred bukan midfield yang kita nak lah. Tolong lah. Macam I minta tolong sebelum ni, tolong lah. Fred. Kau tak layak lah.
Komen daripada editor, you cakap hati sakit, orang cakap appendix sakit. Fred is like an appendix. Pretty useless and hurts. It starts acting funny. Okay, the ratings from the viewers for Fred. Wait, alamak, I missed, alamak. Wait.
Can we
Ada
guess?
orang sabotage lah tu.
Tak ada.
Aduh,
3.5. Fred is 3.5. Okay lah, steady lah. Around the same lah. Around the same lah. Okay, so we move on to the next player. Wait, hold on. Okay, Paul Pogba. This one I'll pass to Doc. Don't act, mate. Don't act. Zero. This fella, agenda. Show your agenda, Doc. Show your agenda. Come on, show the true Doc De Gea. Show.
Okay, so for Paul Pogba, I give him a 7.5. Why?
Wow.
He started the
cannot
season on
believe-
fire, right?
I agree.
How about his discipline of not tracking back,
I'm
whether
coming
he
there,
don't
sir.
turn
I'm
up in all the
coming
games.
Alah,
Can you give it 0.5?
Sabar. Dia macam
I
dia
have to give him marks for his 7 assists so far, right? 7 or 8. I can't remember.
No,
He started
minus
the
one.
season on fire lah.
Minus one. One is Martial. One is Martial's assist. The dummy is Martial's one.
That's why it's called a dummy, dude.
Okay,
No, but I
continue. Sorry.
I think he
sorry.
started the season on fire. He's faded in the last few games, I feel. But I think still going by the team's play and the team's average, I would give him a 7.5 so far this season.
Written head 10, day 7. Good one, man, bro. Good one. Okay, from the viewers, the ratings is 6.7. 6.7. Okay lah, close enough.
Yep.
Close.
Wah,
Actually, it's
rendahnya.
quite close lah. Okay, then
Serious?
you bagi berapa? Kalau Jai you bagi, I ada nampak data you, tapi you kongsi lah. You letak berapa?
7.
Oh,
7. Okay lah, lebih
Kurang
kurang
lah.
lah.
Ah.
Kurang lah.
Sebab dia
0.3
ada assist. Dia ada assist 1, 2, 3 game. Lepas tu besok tu game yang terusnya dia hilang terus lah. But then kita ambil yang masa 3 game tu lah. 7. Kan?
I rasa sebab ada Ronaldo
Lepas tu
pun
dia lah.
kacau dia punya gameplay lah.
I think which we will talk about later lah when we reach.
Ya,
Okay.
Ronaldo
cakap lagi sekali.
actually Ronaldo actually
nanti Ronaldo kita simpan nanti.
No. He
simpan
explaining. Tak ada
dulu.
pinjam
No,
lagi
it's
sekali.
Ada Ronaldo tu kacau lah gameplay Pogba.
Okay, guys, I do it. I veto. All right, guys, I apologize.
You kicked him out or what?
No lah, getting back lah.
Dia dah letak you kat atas sebenarnya dok. Dia dah
Tak
tutup
apa,
you sebenarnya
bro.
dok.
Just be careful. When it comes to Marshall, we'll all be kicked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will just be a solo screen. Okay, we move on to Bruno Fernandes. Danny, what do you think about Bruno Fernandes?
Siapa?
Bruno, I think 8 or 8.5 lah. So far,
Give
he's
one
been
lah, don't
working
8 or 8.5. Just one.
8 lah, 8.
Bruno Fernandes 8.
I think he's still he tries hard every match. He's probably the one that is giving us the most supplies. Penalty is hard luck lah. But other than that, I think he's been performing. 8 for me.
Okay, the viewers rated Bruno
5.
Fernandes 7.5. 7.5. Okay lah, close. Very good. Very
Berapa
good.
Pogba tadi? Pogba 6 eh? 6.
Pogba 6.7, 6.7.
Right, yeah.
And then
Very
obvious lah,
strict lah
saya
our
sepuluh.
our-
Saya letak 10. 10, obvious. I can name you guys out. I can call out your votings. No lah, kidding lah. I don't know what he voted lah, but probably above average lah, definitely. Okay, next player Jesse Lingard. Pijal Jesse Lingard.
Jesse Lingard 6.5. Boleh tak? 6.5.
Boleh, kenapa tak boleh? Boleh.
Tak adalah, mana tahu you
Wah,
nak you,
banyak sayang ini admin. Tadi saya cakap 8.5 kena marah. Sekarang 6.5 okay.
Ijal
No,
boleh you
What
boleh
you
letak
say?
6.
Daddy, what you say just now? You said 8 or 8.5, dude. You said
itu
8 or
privilege.
8.5. At least
Privilege
you said
jadi admin.
6.5.
Okay, okay.
Ini
Sorry,
pun
aku
admin
jangan
juga,
minta
mah. Ini
Just
kat atas
just
juga
to let you
admin
know
juga, mah.
from the mathematics
Yes,
point of view, you can put 6.3, 6.2, 6.5 juga.
No lah.
Just letting you know lah, bro.
Anything you
so
want to add on?
for me 6.5 lah because of dia tak banyak impact on the game. Especially super sub role is actually perfect for him lah. Tu je lah. So 6.5 for him lah.
Okay, wait. Let me. Okay, this is a tough one lah. This is a very tough one. Okay, but by the way, the viewers voted 6.6. Very close way. Seriously, it's very close. And then
okay
this
lah.
is an average out of 30 plus people. So this is fantastic. This is good. Okay, this one. Abang Jai, are you ready, Abang Jai? Kita kawan kan?
Ya,
Abang?
ready.
Kita kawan kan? Kita kawan kan?
Asal
Anthony
ni Dom
Martial.
lah. Apa Dom?
I tak boleh mah. Kalau saya dah melebihi skill tu. You
Kalah
tengok gol
10.
hari tu. Yang itu at least for that goal itself he deserve a 11 for that. But there's no
Yalah.
11 lah.
1 minit
Jai,
moment
macam mana Jai?
dengan 90 minit lawan West Ham tu you lupa kan?
Martial,
Tapi orang lain
for
tak ada
me,
But for not smiling, -6 lah. 11 -6.5 lah kot.
Jai, don't interrupt. You see, the fella like to interrupt this dog. Hey, don't interrupt.
sorry,
Okay, Jai,
sorry.
sila.
okay,
Yes,
Martial untuk game yang perform yang masa dengan Everton lah. Kita nampak dia punya shooting range dia. Lepas tu, itu pun masa first half lah. But then second half kena tukar kan. So kita tak nampak lagi Martial yang sebenarnya. Tetapi untuk psikologi dia dah dapat skor. So itu rating dia yang sebelum ni mungkin dia main tak jaringkan gol. Kita kena bagi sedikit kredit dekat Martial. Sebab dia ada skor waktu tu. So jadi hopefully dia akan meningkat dan lebih meningkat. So pada I dia sebabkan dia jaringkan gol bukan Fred dia yang jaringkan gol, Martial yang jaringkan gol, I bagi dia 7 untuk kredit.
Oh my god.
Wow,
Steady lah. Okay lah. Nasi lemak kerang untuk you jugalah. Nasi lemak kerang untuk
Kerang.
Abang Jai lah. Tambah telur mata 3 biji lah. 3 biji. I would have, to be honest, I would have gone with maybe a 6 only.
Guys, I nak tambah sikit Kalau Martial tak skor waktu tu, kita kalah dengan Everton 1-0 tau. Ingat tu.
Yes.
Itu adalah gol penting. Sebab tu dia 7 markah kita bagi dia.
Not that one
Okay,
goal
so
je.
for all the especially
you dah lupa ke 90 minit lawan West Ham tu?
Pijak bagilah
Tak
chance
kau
saya
pun.
cakap bagi chance nak cakap so
kalau
let that
dia
sink
kalau
in
kalau
everybody
masa
semua
first
please
minit tu kan
apa
bila dia
yang
tanduk
Jai
dia
cakap,
gol tu dah
okay,
2-1
Jai-
menang tau.
Jai ialah salah
Sebab ini
seorang
kita tak tengok Raj lagi. Satu persatu tolong. Okay, coach dulu.
So, Jai ialah dikenali sebagai panel kita yang dia non-bias. Okay, so apa yang dia cakap tu, I tak cakap apa-apa, dia yang cakap. So, I think you all should agree with him. So, siapa-siapa yang voting, okay, voting for Anthony Martial is 5.1. Okay, siapa-siapa yang vote 5.1 tu, you fikirkan lah apa yang Jai cakap tadi.
Dom, tambah sikit lagi. I nak tambah sikit lagi.
Nanti
Bila
I ambil
Martial
balik nasi
perform,
lemak,
bila Martial perform, dia jaringkan gol, dia punya harga dia akan jadi tinggi. So
okay,
January
we move on to the
transfer,
next player. Kita move on to
Tak,
next
Jai,
player
Jai.
kita. Siapa next player
Jai,
kita?
soalannya bilanya dia perform? Jai, soalannya bila dia perform?
Dah. Tak ada masa dah. 1 hour plus lagi. Tak ada
Bila
masa.
dia
Okay,
perform?
Jadon Sancho. We move on to... Okay, this one. Let's go with Doc lah. Doc for this one. Sorry, the whole window is shuffled already after I kick people out. Doc, you go. Jadon Sancho.
Sancho, I would probably say 6 lah. He's short glimpses of what he can do, but not really adapted to the gameplay, not really adapted to the league. But we see steady improvement in the all the games. I think the last game looked the best so far. So I already made a 6. Potentially to go much better as the season goes on.
Okay, it's a 5.6 by the viewers. 5.6. Okay, I just gotta add this one. This is that. Brian Lee, one day you should come on our show lah. Serious lah. Kota Baru FC baru nak beli Martial.
Please bring
Okay.
him onto the show, lah.
And then wait, we got a question here. Wait, hold on. Hold on, one moment. Okay, got a question here by Harish Patiban. How do you vote? Okay, actually, we have a link in the description below, but right now, I already closed the response lah. So the next time, right, for the coming games, right, we will open the the voting rating window. So once we accumulate the number of people already, we will close the voting window lah. All right. So
Haris,
just take note of that lah. All right.
Sorry, Haris. Join Telegram group dulu. Wajib tu.
Telegram.
Join Telegram group.
Group.
Yes. Nampak description bawah tu kan? Join Telegram group. Telegram group, semua info ada dalam tu.
Admin power.
Okay, we move on to the next player, Mason Greenwood. Okay, Danny, Mason Greenwood, how would you vote him?
I'm giving him a 7 lah. Greenwood with Greenwood I gave a 7. He started off on a very hot streak. Probably had a dip in form, but I'm glad that I'm seeing him trying more. Everybody keeps saying he's selfish. I don't think he's selfish. He sees a target, he takes a shot. And he doesn't need to find Ronaldo for every pass. So I'm giving him a 7. And I hope his form picks up back again.
Okay, Mason Greenwood, the cumulative rating is 7.1. Yep, very good, 7.1. And I can see in the live chat now also a lot of 7s there, and 8.5s and whatnot. Anak saya kayu hijau. Bradley, I can't stop clicking this guy, right? Oh my god, seriously. Okay, the next player, we move on. Hold on, let me look for him first. Okay, Edison Cavani. Okay, we move to Jai, apa pendapat you?
Okay, Cavani sebenarnya kita kena kerap turunkan lah. Sebab daripada segi dia punya passion dia, daripada segi gameplay dia, daripada segi moment dia, daripada segi karakter dalam pitch, I rasa dia memang layak untuk duduk dekat first 11. So sebab dia punya game daripada last season dengan sekarang, I nampak memang sama je. Dia punya cara bersemangat dia, cara encourage another player, cara yang I rasa dia memang sepatutnya duduk dekat first 11 lah. So walaupun dia tidak ada jaringan lagi untuk season ni, so I rasa kalau dia dah dapat sebiji gol selepas ni, dia akan gol lagi lah. Cuma kemungkinan I tak tahu kenapa Ole tak letakkan dia lagi dalam first 11 macam last season. So I hope, dan kalau I personally bagi dia 8.9 sebab bukan sebab jaringan tapi sebab gameplay dan semangat dia. Macam kita tengok sebelum ni ada dekat dalam Villarreal punya game yang dia kejar bola tu daripada tengah, middle. So dekat situ sebenarnya player-player muda United yang kat dalam padang tu boleh contohi apa yang dia buat. Even umur dia berapa, sebab dia memang world class lah. Serius lah, world class. Memang world class.
So rating you bagi dia berapa? 8?
8.9.
8.9. Okay, this is
Yes.
one of the ratings that I don't really quite agree with the viewers. They voted Edison Cavani 6.7 lah. Slightly, maybe because of not much game time lah, probably
Ronaldo
so
effect
lah.
lah
So
tu.
Ronaldo effect. This one is either there's no in between these two strikers. There's no Ronaldo FC or Cavani FC lah. I think both cumulative lah for this particular. These two players lah. Okay, our next player. Okay, wait.
Marcus Rashford tahu tadi.
Cavani work rate.
Actually, Cavani in the Everton game, I think United's performance dropped once he was it the Everton game? They took him out.
Yeah. Half time.
Yeah, but I think 6.7 is probably a sort of an ideal rating lah. Because he's a striker, he hasn't scored so far. Yes, work rate is fantastic, but also not much game time, right? So I think that's why the rating is about 6.7 lah, I guess. Right? But no doubting his work rate lah. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Especially the Villarreal game, right? Ronaldo gave up the chase and he ran from the central position to take the ball and keep it in. I think we lost Dom for a while though.
We lost Dom. Pelik.
Maybe dia remove diri dia sendiri kot. dia ban
But
diri
Marshall
sendiri.
dah sampai, pergi dah.
I dah payung habis-habisan Marshall tadi.
Oi, teruk kau ni Jai. You sold it,
Kerja-
no luck lah.
You bagi
Kerja
tunjuk
dia dah
kot.
siap lah.
You bagi tunjuk kot tadi.
Manalah
Kerja Dom dah
tahu
siap.
manalah tahu dapat jadi admin pula ke?
Admin kau kena jaga Pijal, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Pijal is the true admin.
Tapi guys, Ronaldo punya segmen jap lagi ni memang padu ah. Serius kau. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo punya statement apa?
So maksud I rate untuk Ronaldo lah lepas ni. Kan? Kita banyak benda yang
Aduh.
The coach back.
Coach.
What did I miss? Okay, we move on to the next player. Wait, I don't know why, man. My computer keeps crashing. Maybe.
Dom tak dengar tadi kan?
Apa you cakap betul apa?
Don't tak dengar. So ada peluang
I
nak
tengok
jadi
balik
admin
nanti.
dia lagi.
I akan tengok balik. I study. I simpan dendam ni orang.
Hello, welcome Sultan.
Okay,
Ada Sultan di sini.
ada Sultan.
Ronaldo.
Ada
Okay.
Sultan King.
See, Josh put a very interesting statement. Your rate Edison Cavani so high for his work rate. Fred work rate so high, still get 3.
Yeah, betul.
And he
we'll see,
scored a
we'll
goal
see.
some more.
Betul.
But
I don't
when
know lah, it's
Cavani
biased lah,
runs,
biased.
something good happens on the field. You need to see that also.
Eddie, ada sempat screenshot tak? Screenshot PM tepi. I nak tengok siapa kutuk kau ni. Screenshot hantar tepi Telegram. Kita Telegram. I tak nak bagi dia nasi lemak kerang. Kita kongsi. Okay. So, Pijal, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Privilege nak bagi, tapi takut nak bagi rating kat dia ni sebab salah cakap ni confirm kena. I give him 7.5.
7.5.
Yes. Because for the first 2 games lawan Newcastle and also Young Boys if I'm not mistaken. That one memang dia bukan Young Boys lah, tapi for the first 2 games dia nampak lah dia punya impact on the team. But then after that tu seems like our gameplay ni dia dah jadi totally different gameplay. Tahu. So banyak bola memang macam Rob cakap lah, apa-apa bola je nak cross ke Ronaldo. So he doesn't give that much impact to the team, but for me personally I give 7.5 lah.
Okay, the viewers give 8.3, 8.4. Okay, actually I got a
I
question
nak
for
tambah
you guys.
sikit. Guys,
Tambah dulu. Sila.
okay, game Cristiano Ronaldo sebenarnya I tak tahu, I tak faham lah sebab projek Ole ambil team United ni last 3 years before kan, 3 tahun lepas. So dia mesti ada satu landscape yang besar untuk approach every year. And then suddenly Ronaldo masuk. And suddenly Ronaldo masuk, yang I tak faham, gameplay United berubah dari skala lebih kurang 50 ke 60 sebab gameplay tu dah berubah tau.
Yes.
I tak faham kenapa dorang macam ada sesuatu bila Ronaldo ada. Ya betul, Ronaldo memang the best player in the world, betul. Tetapi yang I tak faham, gameplay tu berubah. Berubah 60%. Jadi apa yang Ole buat dan projek yang dia dah dia dah long term ni 2-3 tahun ni dia dah ni tiba-tiba bila Ronaldo masuk dia dah jadi lain. Sorry to say lah.
Yes,
mungkin ada negatif
setuju.
ataupun positif, I tak tahu.
Setuju. Sebab tu I bagi
I agree.
7.5.
Now we are rating
Actually-
Ronaldo's performance or the team structure?
No, actually, right now, right? Also, on top of what Doc mentioned, right? When you all rate Ronaldo, 8.4. When you all rate him 8.4, right? You all rate him because of he's legendary. He's a legend of the club and whatnot, or what he has contributed to the club so far. Because I mean, I love Ronaldo. Serious, I love Martial. I love Ronaldo. Okay, but really, we question ourselves, right? Is it because of him coming back, that excitement that we get, or what he actually contribute to the team? What I really agree with dengan apa yang Jai cakap for this. So what do you think, Danny? You're pretty much non-biased, right, Danny?
Semua non-biased.
I still think the rest of the team is in awe of Ronaldo. So when they play, they just think that okay, we need to give it to Ronaldo, or I need to perform like I'm on Ronaldo's level. So whenever he comes in, everybody is like they want to raise their game, and then they forget what's the team gameplay. I don't know if Ole has the team gameplay, but I feel like this is the impact which with training, I think everybody is going to get used to Ronaldo. He just needs some time. They need to gel and to understand his. Like you see, Sancho is a new player. He's not used to Ole's team tactics. But when he's with Ronaldo, you can see him making very intelligent runs and even trying to provide Ronaldo. So I think Ronaldo needs a longer time to gel with the team.
But again, my question is this: are we rating the player, or are we rating what effect he has on the players around him? Because he's brought in as a striker, four league games, 3 goals. Champions League, 2 games, 2 goals. That itself warrants a high rating for him per se, not the effect of what he has on the players around him. So I actually agree with the 8 point. I would have given it 8.5, to be honest, based on his impact on what he has done this season so far.
Pijal cakap lah, jangan pasal Eriton cakap nak tackle you takut apa Pijal.
That's why. That's
You
why.
kaki kalau dia tackle, kaki buka kangkang sikit.
Nampak I pegang kain pelikat ni. Nampak?
Siap
Jal,
goalkeeper jersey
Jal.
lagi.
Jal,
Tahu
Jal,
apa?
Jal.
Apa dia?
Jal, kalau dia tackle kau, aku tackle balik. Kau jangan risau, aku cover kau.
Masalahnya bila dia tackle kau yang dive.
Betul.
Nampak Jai?
Tak sentuh pun diving ni.
Kau pun dah dive. Dom, start lagi. Dom, are you there?
Tak.
Ada.
I tengah ada. You tambah. You cakap lah pasal
No,
Ronaldo.
ada.
Jangan takut.
That's-
Kita
You
okay,
saw
open,
not?
open ni. Open.
Did you see the comments?
No,
The
okay,
Ronaldo president is very angry. He says 5 goals so far. At least an 8 lah. Marah aku.
No,
I
that's not the question. Was when Ronaldo plays, what happens to the rest of the team?
Yes.
I was just commenting on that.
Betul.
Ronaldo by himself is he's Ronaldo, but also he's just one player. So why suddenly the team kucak-kacir when Ronaldo comes in?
Betul. I agree.
That was the
Sebab
thing.
Ronaldo memang jaringkan gol. Dia memang jaringkan gol. Kita tak nafikan dia jaringkan gol.
Yes.
Tetapi what happened, the project, the last before, yang sebelum Ronaldo masuk tu, dengan gameplay berubah skala 50 hingga 60. Itu saja, bukan pasal Ronaldo.
Ya,
Ronaldo is
tapi-
Ronaldo.
Jai.
Tapi itu yang aku tanya.
Jai, Aina tanya.
Jai.
Apa perbezaan gameplay kita tahun lepas dengan tahun ini? Kalau Ronaldo masuk sekarang, apa yang sangat besar perbezaan yang you nampak?
Okey, perbezaan dia kalau nak cerita pasal gameplay dan perbezaan dia daripada, contohlah, kita ambil game masa Greenwood jadi selfish tiba-tiba. Tanpa memberi bola pada Ronaldo. Sedangkan sebelum ni, masa dengan Cavani, si Greenwood boleh cross bola tu. Boleh passing bola tu. Tapi kenapa sebab sekarang ni kita tengok 2-3 game lah. Bukan I cakap game akan datang, bukan. I cakap 2-3 game yang sebelum ni. Kebanyakan player berubah dari gameplay berubah sejak ada Cristiano Ronaldo. Bukan benda ni. So apa yang projek yang dirangka oleh sekarang selepas Ronaldo masuk, apa yang dirangka pula? Itu
Itulah,
saja, bukan
Apa permainan yang dirangka season lepas? Kita pun tak tahu. Tahun ini pun kita tak tahu apa rangka oleh. Tapi cuma player masih baru dengan Ronaldo.
Yep.
Dia baru
memang betul lah. Memang betul. Itu memang betul. Tetapi yang soalan I nak bagi tahu tadi, skala perubahan pemain dekat dalam gameplay dorang sendiri. Dorang. Permainan dorang diri individu. Cara Greenwood
memaksa diri untuk jadi
untuk menjadi lebih kepada Ronaldo ke, itu maksud I, bukan dari segi corak keseluruhan tempo permainan, bukan, tetapi dari segi gameplay dorang.
Kita tanya viewer, what do you guys think about this? Okay, what do you guys think about this? Please leave your opinions in the comment section. We'll read it out. Okay, while then there's a breaking news. Bukan Telegram group, sini lah. Apa Telegram group? You jangan, I tahulah you admin Telegram group. Aduh. Okay, we got a breaking news. Manchester United have released an official statement, official update on Rafael Varane's injury. Varane has a groin muscle injury and has commenced rehabilitation at the club. He'll be out for a few weeks. Oh my God, bad
Few weeks.
timing for this. A very very bad timing for this lah. What do you guys think, Danny? Do you think
Phil
that
Jones
defense-
lah. Phil
Phil
Jones.
Jones.
Trust it, Phil Jones. He's rested enough. This is his time.
Yeah, he'll be back in the
It's a
starting 11.
good
lah.
opportunity for the.
Phil Jones and
the
Varane
subs.
in the future. You never know, man. Phil Jones and Varane pairing, man. We haven't tried this pairing yet, man. Who knows, man? They'll be the most potent one. Who knows?
So it's a good time for the Reasons to step up lah. This is when they won games, right? This is when they need to step up. Lindelof and Bailly and Phil Jones.
Okay, we got this comment from Eddie, which is
You
maybe
almost forget that one.
ini apa yang Jai cakap tadi. For all I know, Ole dok bagi tahu kat Mason Greenwood to shoot at every opportunity sebab memang dia harap one of those shots will turn into goal. Maybe this is what coming from Ole's side. We have seen that video clip of Ole shouting at the players to take shots. Maybe this is from Ole as well. Kita pun tak tahu unless we are at the training ground.
I think we are being a bit harsh on Greenwood. Like he had that one game. I think it was the Aston Villa game that he was a little bit greedy.
Yes, betul.
That's the only one. I think it's to say that he's greedy every game he's trying to shoot. I think it's not accurate. To be honest.
Okay, we got a comment by Rob. Phil Jones to the rescue. Hey, don't be surprised, Rob. After this, you guys at Old Trafford will be chanting Phil Jones. You will come up with a song. There's no song for Phil Jones. Pity the guy.
Got lah. Phil Jones got song.
You got song?
Ambulance song. Ambulance song.
But come on lah, guys. I think he should be given some credit lah. Nobody else can, while lying on the ground, try to move and hit the ball. Okay, nobody can beat that.
And then no one else in this world will get paid for not doing their job. I mean, they don't have to work, they still get paid. For that, we salute you. But yeah, I hope he proves us all wrong.
He was once very highly rated by Fergie. So
Hey guys, kalau Phil Jones pairing dengan Lindelof, tak ada masalah I rasa.
Yalah, untuk opponent tak ada masalah lah. Untuk
tak
defend
apa,
kita masalah.
Warren injured pun sama je. Lindelof ganti kan? Jai?
Lindelof captain Sweden kot.
Betul.
Okay,
dah hampir pukul 12 dah ni.
Guys, we move to the final personnel. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Okay, we do a round robin lah for this one. Okay, we start with we got to look for the most negative one. Who is the most negative one here? Oh my God. I also don't know who. Everyone is also seems very positive. Okay, Danny, we start with you lah.
Dom,
Myself, I don't know. I lalang. I'm currently Ole tengah-tengah. Seriously, Ole tengah-tengah.
Aku okay, aku negatif.
You negative. You tak boleh live. You tak boleh live cakap macam ni, bro. Ni kena tepi. You PM tepi, ma. Aduh.
No, Dom, it's almost 12 o'clock. We're getting the 12 o'clock.
Oh, the 12. That's why I'm going to put him last. Danny go first. By the time we reach 12 o'clock, a different story. He will ask us to rate the players all over again.
I gave Ole a 5 lah.
Okay, what? Any input? Yeah. Any input? Tambah sikit.
He had his moments, but I think he's just not there lah. I don't know whether he's not there up there or what's the problem. But now he's been given a very good, expensive attacking team. It's up to him to show lah. At this point, he's not showing it, so I think he's below average.
Okay, Doc. How about you, Doc?
I'll give him a 6. I think he had like Danny says, he had his moments. He had some games where his substitutions changed the game. I think there were some games where he even made some slight changes that resulted in victory. So, sometimes we all don't see that. And we're always picking on him for any draws or losses, of course. But probably needs to do it more often. Got to get the team kick-starting early in the games. You're always coming back from goals behind. And I think at home, we need to be winning more games. So for me, okay start to the season, but can do much better.
Ratings? How much you rate him?
6.
Okay, Harish, I mentioned Ole's at the wheel. Man, just trust the process like Arsenal are trusting Mikel Arteta. I don't trust this statement, man. This statement is very sarcastic.
Bukan dia manager of the month huh?
Tahu tak apa.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And then, okay, you got a comment by Hazri. Ole at the wheel driving macam gila. Ole at the wheel driving macam gila. Okay, Pijal, how would you rate Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
I rate 5. For me, I rasa yang paling mengecewakan sekali is because of during the home game tu dia memang dia tak go all out attacking punya gameplay. So they still stuck with that 2 CDM punya formation. So I hope the next game ni after this, please lah, home game lah actually. Tolonglah prove that you are going into that attacking minded formation. Tu je. So 5 for me.
Okay, Jai, apa rating you untuk Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Okay, kalah sekali dengan Aston Villa.
Edward,
Kita dah yelah, lepas tu kita dah terkeluar daripada EFL Cup. Okay, so kita nampak kita tak ada cup lah dan kita kalah. And then first game Champions League kita kalah. Dengan Villarreal kita menang balik. So apa yang Ole buat? Dia dah ada player Cristiano Ronaldo. Dia dah ada Sancho yang dia nak. Dia dah ada Varane. Apa yang dia nak lagi?
dia nak CDM.
Yes, betul. Dia memang betul dia nak CDM. Tapi kita tak nampak pun dia nak CDM. Kau nampak dia nak CDM sekarang? Tak ada pun dia still gunakan Fred. Tak, isu dia sekarang, even macam mana pun, dia tak buat apa-apa. Dia berpeluk tubuh. Dia tak ada buat apa. Aku tak cakap Ole ni out. Tapi, apa yang dia ada nak buktikan dia layak dekat United? Apa yang dia ada sekarang? Tak ada apa pun. Dia kalah dengan Villa. Sekarang kita dah ketinggalan. Kita dah ketinggalan bro. Kita dah ketinggalan. Kita bukan duduk atas. Kita duduk bawah. Kita tak ada cup. EFL kita kalah. Sekarang kita ada FA Cup, Champions League, English Premier League. Sekarang apa? Bukan aku seorang je cakap Ole out. Ramai yang cakap Ole out. Tapi aku tak cakap Ole out. Tapi game dia. Apa yang dia ada? Dia tak boleh menunjukkan langsung yang kita ni yakin untuk dia duduk kat situ. Aku tak yakin dia boleh membawa kita ke cup. Tak ada. Tak yakin.
Okay. Jai, ada Dave Chong cakap Ole need a strong and experienced coaching team. So you rasa maybe coaching team McKenna dengan Michael Carrick maybe standard maker tak ada apa up to standard. Kerana Ole Gunnar tak buat coaching kat training ground kan. Dia cuma buat apa benda-benda yang dia sepatutnya buat lah. So apa pendapat you?
Yelah betul Dom. Tapi dia yang pilih coaching staff tu. So dia tahu apa yang dia buat. Dia yang line upkan semua coaching staff dia. Strategi ke apa benda semua. Tapi kita tak nampak pun strategi dia. Dia cuma masukkan player pun, dia punya decision maker pun, aku tak tahulah decision maker dia macam mana kan. Tapi teruk. Sebab kita kalah tau. Kita nak banggakan apa? Tak boleh dibanggakan. Orang lain ada yang tak kalah lagi. So kita nak kejar orang yang kalah tu. Orang yang menang tu.
Okay.
So coaching staff,
kita masih dua mata saja. Diorang menang ke, diorang buat apa ke. Dalam liga kita masih dua mata.
Bro, English Premier League. English Premier League, dua mata ke satu mata ke, kita tetap kat belakang.
No,
Itu
but
je.
Guys,
past Christmas
to add on what Jai is saying, with the style that we are playing, the football that we are playing, that's why I'm Ole tengah-tengah, alright? Because I still got a nostalgic 1999 thing. So I still haven't distinguished between Ole the player and Ole the manager, like what the one wise buaya actually said before. So
Buaya.
so no, what Jai, to echo what Jai is saying, are you all not worried, Doc, Danny? Are you all not worried with the style that we are playing? With the football that we are playing moving forward? I know, yes, of course, we all talk about stats, talk about numbers, yeah, it's not worrying and whatnot, but then the actual game that we are watching now on television, you don't feel scared. I mean, for the coming games.
I'm going to say something. Doc, don't get angry first. All the season we had with Ole, we knew he wasn't the best coach. We knew he wasn't technically the best in the league. And until last season, we knew what we were getting. The board gave him a new contract, and everybody said, yeah, okay, Ole in, let's support the coach. Not everybody, but a lot of people. So this year, when Ole got the team, and he's doing the same thing, Why is everybody acting very differently? Like, oh, suddenly Ole can't do it. Ole can. He's doing the same. We are expecting Ole to become a tactical genius in 3 months for the new season.
Yeah.
He has already showed there was no. I went on a rant the last time, but I did say that doesn't look like Ole has a plan last season. But we gave him a new team. A proper team this season. So I'm backing the coach because there is no point in telling Ole out. Either way, he can't do his job, even if he tries to. But it's the same Ole we got from last season. Why
But
is
with
everybody acting
extra
so
players,
surprised?
with world class players, maybe last season he need to he doesn't really have that.
Tactically, he cannot use the players we have last season. He can't chase tactically this season. Wait, okay, I'm going to give it to Doc now.
Whack 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 whack.
No, but actually, to be honest, to be fair, right, Danny, there were a lot of detractors last season as well. I mean, yeah, maybe not in our panel, but in a lot of the United groups, there are a lot of unhappy fans as well, right? Even last season. And then we finished second, we went to the finals, and everybody said, oh, we're in the finals. And then when we lost the finals, we started again, right? So there were a lot of detractors last season as well. It's not like everybody is just turning on him now. My thoughts are, sometimes the fans just need to get behind the manager. It's not fair sometimes, like drawn games, it happens, right? We don't have the divine right to win every game. Sometimes you draw games, but some of the criticism that comes after drawn games is very bad. For if you ask me, right? I mean, losses, and yes, I think probably the Everton one was probably the Villa one was a disappointment. Though we started off very well and looked like we were in control, and we lost that game, okay? That one was even for me a disappointment. But Everton game, the performance, we actually had a lot of chances. Again, we didn't put away those chances. First half, we controlled the game. We just got a draw with one stupid mistake, right? And that is Fred's mistake, Shaw's mistake, individual mistake. But the criticism that came after it, some of it was a bit unfair, right? That's what I feel. Sometimes we are a lot of the fans are a little bit harsh on him. When he does make correct decisions, changes games, wins games, nobody says anything. Everybody say it was individual brilliance. It was, this guy.
Bruno.
Yeah,
Bruno
nobody.
genius. Yes.
I give you a perfect example. The Spurs game last season, we were losing, and he made a tactical switch, and we won 3-1. Right, second half was a perfect performance. Nobody said there was a tactical change. Oh, Ole did well. No, nobody says that. But when he draws games or he loses games, everybody jumps on his back. So sometimes I feel some of the criticism is harsh, and that's why I want him to win something to prove everybody wrong this season. But that being said, I think this will be his judgment season, because he's been here already 2.5 years, almost 3 years, right? And this year has been really backed with world-class players. For me, I think he has to bring back minimum one trophy this season. Whether be the FA Cup, Champions League, or the league. Of course, I'd love to win the league again. But I think if there's one trophy, it's something to build on. But anything less than that, he might be in a bit of trouble.
Doc, question.
Yeah.
How bad has it got to get, right, before you actually turn into, the sneaky
Sneaky apa? BK.
BK is here, man. BK is here. That's why.
Dok, BK is here, Dok. Dok, BK is
Salam,
here.
BK. How are you, BK?
Just so you know, they always compare me to you. They say we are the positive ones. No matter what, we're always positive. So, so we always compare to each other. But for me, I think, look, I've supported this club for around 30 plus years, okay? We've been through a lot of lows before we reach the highs. And for me, I support the club. Now, whoever is in charge, the manager is, his decisions, I will support him. And until the day he's actually forced to either resign or he's sacked or whatever nots, right? And that is why I always get behind my manager. I'm not going to get behind him just because results are bad. I think a lot of fans have been through worse, right? So we know it's tough, but I mean, we still all support the club, no matter what. So I will still support the manager right to the end, whoever it is, even when he was Bengal. As much as I hated that.
You see, I understand. You started supporting when the club was doing badly at that time. And then Alex Ferguson took over and he built what we were today. So whenever you keep saying he needs to rebuild, Ferguson left a team, a Manchester United team, maybe not with the best. Moyes and LVG maybe killed the team. but the working gears and all everything around the club is still there. So you're saying, okay, things got bad with Mourinho, and
Why?
again we chose Paul Pogba over Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Uh, So the fans basically detected everything. We wanted the players, and we said Mourinho should leave because of his defending or everything. And certain times Ole has gone to the same thing. First of all, he can't park the bus. Secondly, we started off with just defending, and somebody put that day Moments FC. So whenever he puts in somebody, is somebody's individual brilliance that wins the game. It's not a team play win. That is why I think most of the fans are very harsh. There is no gameplay or team play that we can see and say. Like I brought up before, you got Klopp's pressing, you got Pep's tiki taka. LVG had his sideways stupid pass. Mourinho had his pragmatic football. Get results. We don't care how we get it. But you cannot put a finger and say this is Ole ball or Ole's team. The team was doing badly. Bruno came and saved him. He became Bruno FC. The United name has been changing so many times from Bruno FC, Moments FC, Individual Brilliance FC. I think this is why the criticism is on Ole at this point. Because after so many years in whole of the team, we still don't have that identity. And we are going by this United DNA, which is like our Malaysia's 1MDB or Satu Malaysia slogan. It's
So,
just
okay.
it's sorry.
See, he pauses. When he pauses, he always catches me.
No. This one you interrupted him. Don't interrupted. Don't
No, I
interrupted.
think, okay, so let's just go back, right? And we all say interim Ole was very good, right? And then he was given the contract and things like that. But when he came in, the players he had, what he did was very attacking kind of football. Okay, absorb counter, fast counter, and we were winning games. But when it came to teams who were defensive, we were drawing and losing, right? And that's what we saw in the first season. And I think what he's been trying to do since is actually to change. And even a lot of fans were not happy with that. Oh, we're just playing counter-attacking football. Yes, we're winning games, but we cannot beat the small teams. So I feel he's been trying to sort of build some kind of possession footballer, right? And he probably fell into this two defensive midfielders by accident somewhere last season. Early in the season when we lost the Palace and then we got hammered by Spurs. And then suddenly he found this formation that works. Okay, the 3-5-2, two defensive mid seemed to be working well. Okay, and it was winning us games away from home. Home games, we were dying because teams are playing defensive, low block again. So that's something, I think that is something we need to crack. Away games, we're doing well because we are set up to sort of absorb and counter attack.
Yep.
Okay, with our front four, it's very fast, very quick pace. They can play around the box. A lot of things they can do. Problem is teams will come to Old Trafford defensively, low block. We always have trouble breaking them down. Now you see when we play teams like Southampton at home or Leeds at home, we're okay because they come to play, right? And that is my only issue is the Aston Villa game, because Aston Villa didn't defend, but in that game we lost, right? That's the only one. But previously when teams attack us at Old Trafford, we win. It's only the defensive teams that we struggle, and I think that is the key. If we can learn to break those down, he will crack he will win. He will start winning games and trophies.
Yeah, but
How
long we
how
gonna
long would
wait?
you take? Yeah, because
Yeah, like I
we are
said,
talking
this
about
season-
progression. We are talking
Like
about
I said,
progression.
this season he has to win something. Otherwise, it's going to be very tough for him.
Otherwise, are you
Yes.
Ole out? Are you saying that otherwise you're Ole out?
No, I will be
No.
only in until he leaves.
No,
And
I also see a
also-
lot of people.
I
Sorry.
also have a little bit of sentimental thing that I want him to do well. lah. Number one, because he's a legend. Number two, because I want him to prove a lot of our own fans have been on his back wrong. Sorry, Danny. Now you can go ahead.
No worries. No, I see a lot of them saying because Alex Ferguson was hired and given time to win and whatnot, so we should do the same with Ole. First of all, Alex Ferguson came as a champion from Scotland.
Yes.
Secondly, he had to change the whole team from
No
the
sport-
scouting system, the stadium,
The
Yeah,
culture.
the culture, everything, and that's why he was given a bit of time. So if you're going to afford the same thing to Ole, who only won with Molde, and what do you call it, championship teams, technically, knowledge-wise, I really don't think Ole is Ole is there for United. He's not the manager. that everybody is saying don't sack the manager, don't sack this. Why don't put Ole in the backroom stuff then? Let him change the DNA from inside DNA.
Yeah, the football.
Yes.
Bayern,
Get someone
Bayern
else
Munich,
to do the
Bayern Munich has
managerial.
a very good DNA. They change coaches every 2-3 years. They still win. Ajax, as much as their academy or whatnot, they also change coaches and they still win. I think we keep comparing ourselves with Ferguson. There's nobody going to be there for the next 20 years or 15 years. I don't think it's wrong to change managers every 3 to 4 years, but the club needs to get its backroom and identity sorted out.
Yeah, but there's a slight difference there. Danny. Clubs like Bayern and all they already have a very good system going, right? A very
That's
good
my
system.
point. So we took Ole saying he's bringing back the identity, the DNA. So why don't put Ole in a back room and make the club whole?
The DNA,
As in have the
United
identity.
DNA. Yes.
Yeah,
Do
I
that
think
as
that
a
might
club.
happen, Danny. I think that might actually happen, Put him to a different position, then let another proper coach come in. So
Who?
everyone will be happy.
Who?
Zidane, just to piss you off, Pija. Just to piss you off. Okay, guys, we are like almost 2 hours. Okay, we finished this up with a round robin, a quick question. Okay, coming up, we got like very, very tough fixtures. Okay, so how do you see our team performing? Okay, without having a proper CDM, and also now we have injury issue with our centre back pairing. We start with Danny first.
Hello.
Yo,
I hear you.
Yes, you're here.
Hello. Can you hear?
Denny.
Danny.
Gaduh dengan
Okay.
Dok ni terus. Dok, sabotage
Tak ada bro.
Okay, Doc dulu. We go with Doc first. Doc.
Yeah, so sorry, what's the question again?
With the coming fixtures that we have, everyone is like falling asleep, man. It's 12 o'clock already. Okay.
No, I actually
last
got
question.
distracted by Danny. Oh, with the coming fixtures, I am expecting a big October. A big October where we bounce back, beat the top teams, and lead the league. I hope
And
so.
then you can,
That's what I want.
Denny,
how about okay? Danny, okay lah. Danny.
Okay.
Danny.
So what's the question again?
Okay. The question was, with the coming fixtures that we have, and also with our injury issues at the moment, where do you see us? How do you see us performing for the coming few games?
No matter how bad it gets, I'm still hoping for win for every game. So I don't see ourselves losing yet. I think it's going to be a good month lah. But I just hope Ole does a bit of his magic.
Okay, Pija.
Same as everyone. Pray for the team. but then I won't. Aduh, entahlah. I rasa I just harap Ole do his magic lah. Tu je lah. Betul lah macam
Ole
Danny kata.
interim balik.
Yes,
Tolong
I
Ole
want
interim.
Ole interim back after October. Come on, Ole. Prove us
Can
wrong.
we sign back Park Ji-sung, our big game player?
Okay, Jai, apa pendapat you, Jai? Fixture yang akan datang dengan masalah injury kita, macam mana kita akan permainan kita dengan tim-tim yang akan datang?
Okey lah. Kalau kata tak fair, kita tak bagi peluang pada Ole. So, dengan game yang ada, dengan injury crisis yang kita dah terima ni, so dengan credibility yang Ole ada, dengan staff-staff coach yang dia pilih sendiri, bukan kita kata kita negatif tapi kita positif. Memberi peluang pada dia menunjukkan sesuatu untuk kita tidak menghadapi tidur malam yang kita pun tak nak terima kan. Bila habis game, alamak besok macam mana ni kan. So harap Ole buatlah sesuatu untuk United, demi United. Kita kalah sama-sama, kita menang sama-sama. Itu yang paling mustahak.
Kita kalah Ole kena. Kita menang sama-sama.
Kita menang sama-sama.
Bro.
That is our
Kita
mentality.
kalah
kena
pun kita
bangkai.
kena. Facebook kena tutup, social media kena tutup. Kita pun kena kalau
Kita kena juga tau.
But then I think don't worry lah about losing Varane. I think our attacking is strong enough in terms of nak dapatkan goal dia. So
we just need to outscore them lah, basically.
yeah, we just need to outscore them lah, like 2013 punya.
Jai.
Guys, nak tambah sikit.
Sila.
Yang pasal Pijal kata kita punya attacking tu padu kan. apa kita punya defend lemah pun tak apa, itu semua tak boleh pakai bro. Pasal apa? Dengan Cristiano Ronaldo tak turun ke bawah, bercakap tak ke mana-mana nanti pergi, yang defend
Pogba,
line up
Pogba.
kita tak apa-apa.
No.
Jangan Pogba yang malas tu, yang tak bayar gaji 400,000 tu, tak jadi apa lah cerita dia.
Bukan. Maksudnya jangan risau. Kita kalau apa kita macam you guys kata lah, you guys keep on mentioning that kita tak ada CDM, kita tak boleh menang league tau. That those little words yang menyebabkan macam annoying for me tau. Mengatakan, oh kita tak ada CDM, kita tak boleh menang league. We have Ronaldo, we have Cavani, we have Sancho. All these big players yang boleh buat kita menang league tau.
Pijal.
Because of ayo dia.
Tak apa, continue dulu. Ada satu benda.
Sekali marah pun tak boleh.
Tak ada. Jalan.
No, for me don't worry about our defense lah, because we have the Gaya. But macam Dom kata lah, we just need to outscore them for the outscore opponent lah. Kalau dia score 1, kita try score 2. Itu je lah. Believe our attacking is strong enough lah for that.
Tapi berdasarkan apa yang kita main setakat ni, you ada confident ke dia orang score 1, kita score 2?
Ada.
Serius?
Ya,
Ini dah pukul 12. Masa tu dah 12 nak tidur ni.
Aston Villa pun tak skor, macam mana Jal kan? Nak suruh kita attacking kita.
Everton sebab Martial main. Aston Villa sebab
Ni nak kena tenang lagi ni. Oh, by the way, Pija.
No, come on lah. You kata Aston Villa dengan Everton, that's 2 game je kot. Lagi 8 game kita score banyak juga kot. I mean, tak adalah banyak, tapi at least kita score kot. Dan kita menang lawan opponent tu. So don't worry about that.
This comment is for you, Joshua Daniel, for you. Actually sack Ole and make him our interim coach again. That may do the trick.
Yes.
Main je ni pandai ni. Jai, question. Tadi you belum lagi rate Ole. Finish, kita close up dengan ni. You rate Ole. Ole rating untuk Ole.
5.
Close way. Viewers, dia orang rate 4.8. Okay, so I think guys, we are at the end of our segment today. Okay, it's already a good 2 hours, man. But seriously, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for following along for 2 hours. Thank you, Rob, for joining us. And then thank you for all the great inputs. Very, very fun. A very fun experience. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, audience. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, especially to Nick as well. Thank you for providing us with a good platform to do our player ratings. Okay, so we'll be doing this for our coming games. So any comments or anything for how we can actually improve or whatnot, please join the Telegram group and comment over there. So you can get instant feedback. Okay, potentially you can get your nasi lemak kerang as well. Okay, admin semua kongsi duit.
Kain plekat.
Admin kongsi duit. Okay. So
Who is Nick?
Nicholas lah.
Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson.
Oh my
Mr. Wilson.
God.
No Nicholas, there's only Mr.
Oh,
Wilson.
sorry. Okay, Mr. Wilson. Okay, that is. Okay, so guys, thank you again. Thanks so much. Okay, like usual, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next live. Okay, thank you, Rob. Thank you, everyone. Good night to everybody. Oh, don't forget our 1,000 subscribers giveaway. All right, guys, show your cup. My cup special lah. My cup don't have. Oh man. Oh man.
Dok, I rasa kena pecahkan lah, Dok. Jom pecahkan.
Belum. Chill dah ni. Okay, see you guys.